Do we need to set some rules? There's gonna be way too many Fs.
Yeah. Well, I think if we both agree it's S, it goes in S, because then maybe we'll have less stuff.
That's fine then.
So
I'm okay with that.
So when was the last time we actually done one of these? Was it like in November or?
It was end of October, I want to say.
Wait, end of October?
Either end of October or early November, one of the two.
Really? I'm shocked.
I don't remember. I think it was that long.
So we usually say what we've been doing this week, but shall we just quickly go over what we've been doing lately?
I think, well, because of that, I'd say let's just get into it quick, probably.
Because I just wanted to just say a few things which have like been little life updates.
Go for it.
So I recently watched the series Alice in Borderland, and apparently it's based off a manga. I watched it's a Netflix series. I remember like one like evening when we were having tea, I put on like it, and everyone in my house was there like, ah. And then by the end of it, we were watching it. I really recommend it. There was like scenes in that when usually, like, if you were watching something, you would be there like, oh, they would like find a way to make sure everyone lives. Nah, fam. That kind of relates to what we're doing today. Also, it's alright, even though I've played like a tiny bit of something called like Pokemon Shield, like my first proper like Pokemon game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, is that okay? Well, I'm gonna call it that anyway. Well, I'm playing my first Pokemon game, and then I've got to
go for it. Yeah.
I've just finished the semi-finals of where you fight the girl and then you fight Hop. So I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, okay.
I'm really enjoying it.
Do you agree with my statement that like the gyms just got lazier?
Yes.
Especially the poison type gym. My God.
Yes, I really do.
And then for the final one, it's just battle.
Yeah, pretty much.
That entire tower could have been used for something. In what was this? Was it X and Y? No, it was in Black and White and Black and White 2, the Dragon Gym. It had like, you see like the spires on top of the Dragon Loke City, whatever it's called, on the tower.
Yeah.
You could like each of those moved to like a different trainer. Like that's how the whole like Dragon Gym was in Gen 5. Something like they've done this before, but they're just refusing not to.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't know, because like there's
right. Well, that's what I mean with my frustration of like playing other Pokemon games and then playing this.
I really hated.
Because I know how good this can be.
I really hated.
I'm playing through Platinum right now.
Wasn't it the Ghost Gym that is Shield?
Alistair and Bay.
Yeah. I actually was really excited to battle Alistair, but God, I hated this gym battle mission.
Yeah, and it's just the same thing for the fighting one. They just reskinned it.
Because like I found it hard to actually. I found it hard to actually like try and. Move the, because I know it's inspired by like a pinball.
It's really weird.
It was
really weird.
But I was playing it handheld, so I don't know if it's better docked. Because I've been playing it handheld.
Oh no, it's not fun docked either. Don't worry, you haven't missed anything.
Yeah. Now, what we're doing today relates to what you've been recently doing. So what's that?
What?
Well,
Wait, have we started?
Yes, we started.
Red, don't do this to me.
I thought you knew that.
No, I'm just chilling here. That's why I haven't been saying much. I was just zoning out replying to messages to people.
That's fine.
I've been watching Dangan Ronpa. I'm playing it.
It's fine. I need to show you this part.
Oh my god.
Have you ever watched like a Shane Dawson video? I know like he's getting cancelled right now, but
No, I have. I've seen some of the documentaries.
his cameraman and Garrett are doing like this podcast, and legit, I was watching it and I was there like, this is basically me and Mahmud's podcast because they just go on tangents and tangents.
Don't do this to me.
It took him 20 minutes to tell a story about one of them getting coffee. I was just there like, this is us.
Sounds like us.
But
no, I had no idea you had started. I thought we were just talking. Yeah, ask me again completely unprompted.
Good you didn't say anything shady, like, Jesus.
Yeah, thank God, Britt. My goodness. You
I
just
would have
want
been
to
there,
out me.
like, really obnoxiously going, la la la, la la la.
Oh, I wish. Like, I would have, like, taken a phone call or something. My God. Yeah, in relation to Sword, like I said, I've been playing Platinum again, which absolutely is the best Pokemon game, hands down. And there's so much disappointment in Sword and Shield based on this game. Just playing through it again now, like, I'm already at the 3rd gym and I'm having way more fun. Problems with Sword and Shield, my God. Anyway, Dangan Ronpa.
Sorry, I'm still laughing from earlier.
I can tell.
I've
Is this fun for you?
I've missed this. I actually have. This is actually like.
You're welcome.
This is the part when I listen back and everyone's audio is terrible.
I mean, is my audio fine? Who knows? Oh God, we're doing this. See, this is why you can't do this kind of shit.
I need like a moderator to be there, like, yeah, the audio's fine, good, let's go.
You gotta give me the go ahead, but don't just start. It's fine. We're here now.
I need to iCarly countdown. Where's that like 5, 4, 3.
You know what?
2,
would be appreciated.
1. I'm sorry. When I was coming up with titles, I thought you wouldn't know.
No, I that's why I was confused. I thought you were still prepping. But okay.
Wait,
yeah, that'll be something fun for you to edit.
No, I'm keeping it in. It's actually really funny.
Cool. Anyway, continue. What were you saying?
But yeah, we're going to be ranking Dangan Ronpa characters, except Mahmud hasn't played V3 yet, so we're going to do a part 2 with V3 characters, which I'm excited for because some of my favorite...
Yeah, and probably all of the trials as well.
Yeah, the trials. That's something I really
do we have opinions.
Oh, we have contradictory opinions, which we'll be getting into.
I mean, there's going to be more of that here, I'm sure.
Yes.
But yeah, since the beginning of November, no, since the end of November, I have watched all of Danganronpa 1. I played through the entirety of 2. I watched the Let's Play of Despair Girls, and I finished the Danganronpa 3 anime today.
Woo!
So that's been my life for the past few weeks. And I'm loving it.
Now, my order's kind of a bit screw-whiffed because...
Yeah, you should mention this.
So, my views might be, like, a bit different because of this, is that, I originally watched the first anime, and then 3 was coming out, the anime, so I watched it, because at the time, I didn't have anything to actually play, Danganronpa on. I didn't really have a good laptop, so I couldn't play it PC.
It's fine. Who owns a PS Vita? It's okay.
I actually wanted to get a PS Vita. Like, I remember me and my mom went to, like, every store and, like, trying to find a PS Vita. We couldn't find one. So my mom just goes, do you want a PS4 instead? And I was there, like, sure,
It's not even a question. You just take it.
So I got a PS4. But then they came to PS4, so that's how I've been able to play them. But I did play V3 was actually the first game I actually played because at the time it was on sale. It was like it had come out and like a few months later it was on sale for like 20 quid. And I was there like I'm not going to see it 20 quid again. I'm going to grab it. So I grabbed it.
So you've just hopped around the series.
And, yeah. And then I watched...
Man, that must have been confusing.
Yes, it was.
I honestly can't imagine watching Dangan Ronpa 3 and not seeing, like, 1, 2, or Despair Girls. Like, I definitely would have not enjoyed it as much.
But then I actually went back and played 1 again, and then played 2. So 2 was my finale.
Sounds about right.
So I think maybe my opinion on the series is a lot different because of that. Because a lot of people don't like V3 as much, but I do. And
the enjoying thing about 2, not even 2 and 3, like not V3, the anime 3. We're just gonna call the anime 3 from now on. I'm saying that.
Anyone
the good thing about 2, the good thing about 2 and 3 is that, like, there's the mystery behind it. So, like, everything's coming in order. So going into playing Danganronpa 2, when you know that all of the characters are remnants of despair, you know what happened to Hajime, I don't know if I would enjoy that. So I get why you don't enjoy 2 as much.
But yeah, anyone listening, justified. Please let us know if the audio is okay, because, like, we haven't done a actual stream or a video for, like, so many months because of uni, because apparently even though the unis ain't open, they give us more work.
Yeah, it's a weird correlation, right?
Yeah.
I think the opposite.
Anyway, I should quickly take off the actual logo, and shall we get into the ranking?
Yeah, of course.
Or do you want me...
Starting with Sweet Hina.
I love Hina. That's all I'm gonna say.
I love Hina. I love donuts. End of story. No, I genuinely think she was probably one of the better characters in 1. I don't love the cast of 1. Let's put it that way. She was definitely one of the better ones because you actually saw how the entire game affected her, rather than everyone being static or just having very erratic changes. You slowly saw, like, up to the point where Sakura dies, like, where she's, like, starting to lose it. So I very much appreciated that. And then the entirety of in 3, she's basically Makoto's bodyguard, yet she can't be punched or kicked. And wow, what a wonderful girl.
And also, I just feel like I love her personality as well. So where would you put her? Because
I put her A.
Yeah, I was thinking A as well. Because, like, I don't know. We don't know about S yet. We might, because that might get full very easily.
If we wanted half of these, we'd be an S.
Byakuya, I love him.
Byakuya is great, but, like, I don't like him as much as Hina, though. I will say that, because he's generic to a fault. Let's put it that way.
I actually would disagree. I actually love him more.
Really?
But then again, I do love Toko is my favorite character from the first game.
Spoilers.
How is that spoilers?
I'm joking. Continue.
Well, we're gonna get more spoilery as we go down, but, like, he is my favorite character. Well, she's my favorite character, so, like, I think I like Togami because of that. But
I feel sorry for him.
I love actually how he started off as, like, this slimy bastard, because I'm not gonna lie, like, what he did in the second trial, like,
the dickhead.
I remember me going, to be honest. Oh my god.
I think it was great, because honestly, after that, because that's the thing, the entirety of that trial up to that point, you're thinking, okay, how on earth is it not Byakuya? It's like, no, it was him, but it wasn't. He's just an asshole.
So where would you put Byakuya? I can't even speak today. Togami. Byakuya. I would say A as well.
You like him more? I would say B. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of other characters I prefer, but put him in A for now, and we'll see
I'll
where that
put him
goes.
in A for now. Where is my mouse? Sorry. For a second, I couldn't find my mouse. I was all like, where is it?
You did it.
Okay, Celeste.
Celeste.
Let's hear your opinion first.
I think she's a very cool character. Because I think she's the first character. No, second. She's the second character you meet who's like completely different, like hiding themselves. Like, what's her name being first? What's his name being first? Sorry. Oh my god, I'm blanking on programmer boy's name.
Oh, no, that's Chiaki's the second one. Chihiro. That is, oh my god, he is actually John's favorite character.
Oh, right. No, because I was gonna say that like between him and Celeste in the first game, they're the two characters that are completely different, like underneath to what you see at the surface level. So I just very much appreciate characters like that. Mm-hmm. And her whole thing of like, no, I'm just taking this entire situation as a gamble. We're gonna tell everyone that we're gonna adapt us to survive. I don't know, that line just, that's one of the lines I just remember from one because of how often and how like powerfully she said it. And it's like, yeah, you do need to adapt to survive, but she's the one person not adapting.
I kind of...
She's just living in her own fantasy constantly, and then it breaks down. She's just this weirdo.
I really like how she kind of lives in her own fantasy, and I've always kind of really liked her design. But with Celeste,
how do you do that hair?
She's
the hair has to be a wig.
I had a mate that like cosplayed Celeste, and God, she told me styling that wig was a nightmare. Must have been heavy. It was heavy, and I remember like I saw her and like legit, I don't know how many bottles of hairspray she had used to like.
Legit, I saw her first, and I was like, she should be in arms. The wrong game.
But
no, other than that, there's not too much about her, I'd say.
And also,
I'd say her execution was interesting, like the way they spun it. It was like, okay, we are gonna give you the perfect execution you want. It's like, nope, Monokuma doesn't do favors. He just slams her with a truck. Like, oh, cool. They just give her like a non-special, a very typical death. Probably the worst for her.
Yeah, that because that's one of the things I do like about that execution. The only thing is with Celeste, she's related to one of the trials I absolutely hate.
I mean, that's fair. It was pretty dumb of her to like to leave all of the hammers like out. Like, forget numbering them, just leaving them out. She could have hid them somewhere, so you wouldn't even know what was used. Like, it just felt very, I don't know, it felt too easy. The way she laid out that entire murder. Also, she trusted Hifumi to be good. So, as she said,
I don't think she
trusting
did.
him was the worst gamble.
I don't think she did. She just saw that Hifumi was one of the easiest people to manipulate, so...
She walked all over him.
Yeah. So anyway,
that
where would
scene
you
with
put
like
her?
with him just bringing her tea. She's like, "Fuck this tea, shit. Get me another one."
I would cry. Right. I would cry. I'm British. If anyone wastes tea, I cry.
The one time I felt bad for Hifumi.
Someone put. On a tangent, someone put like flat Coke out the window. Just like I actually just was there like crying. Because it was the saddest thing I have ever seen.
That's a sin.
So where would you put Celeste? I was thinking B.
Ooh, where do you? I'm fine with that. I don't hate her. I don't love her.
In B. So the next one, I would put in S.
Who's this? Chihiro.
Yes.
I don't like Chihiro that much.
I
don't like her as much. Can you explain why you like? I really don't get it. As such.
I don't know. I just really, I really like I really like him because a lot of reason why the murder happened is that he wanted to become strong, and the reason he dressed like a girl is because he 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 was very weak, and if he dressed like a girl, that it was seen as fine. And I kind of like how, for me, that kind of comments on like toxic masculinity. And look at me saying all the big words, but I don't know. I just and also like when after you've got Ultra Ego, I really like Ultra Ego as well.
That's okay. That's fair. I forgot about Alter Ego. I completely forgot about Alter Ego. But no, that's the thing. Not to say I really don't like the character. It's just I wish I saw more of him. If anything, like it was too.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like it was too soon. It was way too soon for him.
I agree with you.
Because at least when like Sayaka dying first, at least like the entirety of that first chapter, you were with her. So like you actually got to see more of her interactions. Chihiro, the only like few signs you see is after Leon's execution, where like she's the only one like he's the only one on the floor crying, and it's like okay, it's constantly being portrayed this is a weak character, but I like that he was trying to get better, and it's his mistake for going to Mondo. But I don't know. I feel like no one was in the wrong for that murder as such. When I say wrong, I mean there was no crazy intent. It was just anger.
I know we are.
So I felt bad.
I know we are ranking executions in like maybe another one. Yeah. But I've got like executions and trials. But I gotta admit, this is actually this trial 2 was actually one of my favorites in the game. Probably
definitely up there.
So where would you
actually? It's a complete 180 from the first one.
Oh yeah. It's like,
okay, immediately you know who it is.
So where would you put Chihiro?
See, I wouldn't put him in S. I put him A is the maximum. I'll go.
And then I'll put him in A. Because
I'm fine with leaving him in A. Also, he's a programmer. Programming is my life, by the way.
And you should actually help me more on the game I'm making, because a lot of it now.
You know what? Dangan Ronpa is a visual novel. Britt, do you like visual novels?
Yes. Nearly every
visual novels are your life. And why don't you talk about your game? Go for it. I think it's a great project.
Oh. Like tangent time.
Yeah, go for it.
No, but
like tangent.
I'm creating an Otome game for my uni, and now a lot of it I've got a character called Ellie who is, I would say a lot of it might be inspired by Alter Ego and like Iris.
Really?
Iris from Death End. Yeah, because I'm having like, we had an idea that like you know how often like in Otome games you have like mini games.
Yeah.
So we're having the main character like join a programming class to understand Ellie more, and the mini games are gonna be like the games that she'll be making in like the class.
Oh, that's cool.
So so now like you should help me more, because like I'm actually getting really excited for like the actual game, but like the actual work bit, the actual like paperwork.
That's the one thing. The one thing.
Anyway.
Well, definitely. Who is next?
It's Genocide.
She is an icon. Put her in S.
Like, no.
End of story.
Shouldn't Genocide be like next to Toko? But
yeah, but Genocide is the better Toko in my opinion.
True.
I don't know. Listen, okay, no, I have legitimate reasons. I think the way that she was quote unquote brought into this world is kind of fucked.
Oh,
like, okay, when you have two mothers and you don't know who is the actual mother, what solution's better than to make another daughter?
That's not how she came, I think. I've heard that Genocide show was basically Toko would like obviously she was picked on quite a lot during her childhood, and what was, I believe, genocide appeared is like one time, like she kind of was always looking for that prince, and that's kind of why
Right.
the thing is, what I kind of also like about the
That's why she
relationship
idolizes
she has
Byakuya.
with Togami is that she's at her for Toko, the most scariest thing is being like publicly shamed. So the thing is,
Oh,
people going behind her back, and like because how I heard genocide show.
hence the promise in Trial 2.
How I heard about
Oh.
genocide Joe that showed up was because she was like got this guy had asked her out. She was so excited, and like then it turns out they were going to go to like a movie marathon, and then it just turned out that he had lost like a bet. And what I kind of found is that
Oh, I did not know about this.
genocide show kind of more appeared as like someone to more also protect Toko, but also a lot of it is from those inner feelings that Toko had. And genocide show, obviously, like a lot of it is the reason why she kills the way she does and stuff like that is because of how she was kind of brought up. And the reason why Toko really admires Togami is that with him publicly saying these things, she knows that he's not going to like kind of go behind her back or betray her.
Right.
That's the thing why she can't really get along with like
Right, he speaks his
Makoto.
mind.
Like, yeah, that's one of the reasons why she can't get along with characters like Makoto, because when people are being nice to her, she doesn't trust this niceness. But yeah,
Kind of
that's
fucked.
but genocide is great.
But no, she's genuinely like just amazing, especially in Ultra Dispergals. All of her lines are amazing. I swear to
Oh
God.
yeah, same. Toko.
And just the whole thing with why, like, her being the reason why Toko doesn't take showers is really fucked. Like, to where it's like, okay, since Joe like marks her like thigh with like the number of victims that she had, like Toko doesn't want to like take off her thing to see like just how many people she's actually murdered. So that's why she doesn't want to wash it off.
Mm.
Like that's really fucked up. But she's a great murderer.
And I just gotta add, like, I really love the actual relationship which Toko and Genocide and Kamaru have in Ultra Despair. Do you want to also quickly do
Do you
Toko
want to?
since
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I
uh
was literally
where
thinking
would you
about
put
that. You might as well.
Toko? Because for me it would be S, but I don't know if you would put her in S.
Because of what you said, put her in A. I would have said B for Toko, so put her in A. But like, you've convinced me. I don't know. I really have a bias toward genocide. Don't take that out of context.
No, I won't.
Please.
The next one is straight up D, right?
Wait, who is this? I can't see
Hifumi.
that one.
Hifumi.
Yeah. Yeah. The definition of degenerate. Also, something I saw. Apparently, he's not a fanfic writer. He's a doujinshi artist.
That would actually make sense.
Apparently, that's what the actual translation is in Japanese. But they brought it over and like, we can't write this, so we're gonna make him a fanfic creator.
Mm.
So that just makes it worse for me.
I think
Because you'd think like, isn't Toko technically a fanfiction writer if she's writing books? It's like, yeah, okay, he's an artist.
Do you know why she actually became a writer? A little tangent.
Go on.
Is that
Yeah, anything to not speak about Ifumi.
yeah. Is that like actually she wrote a love letter to like one of these guys when she wanted like to confess her love. But instead, like the guy publicly put it on a notice board like to
Oh god.
and how she actually became a writer is that one of the teachers saw a talent in like writing. and that's how it happened.
Poor Toko.
I love Toko. Shall we just quickly go on to the next one? Yeah, shall we quickly go on the next one, which I think we both agree is S tier, which is Junko.
Junko is queen.
So S.
Yeah, but do you want to explain why you like her? I feel like the reasons we like her will be a bit different.
I'm just gonna place her and then say why.
Yeah. Because I'm interested. I've never asked you.
I love Junko because especially like in the first game at the end of the trial, I really like kind of like how she had like these different. I found that trial really interesting because she wasn't just straight up evil. She kind of had all these like kind of different expressions that she was which she was going through. And to be honest, I think for me, I do like Monica a lot more now. But I think Junko is mostly the real kind of villain we've had in like the actual Dangan Ronpa franchise.
Like the closest thing to a villain.
Yes. And
I still wouldn't label her villain.
I just don't I just don't know. I also just I love the kind of expression she made, and then like in Danganronpa 2, what I just love is how there she was a lot different than she was in 1, because if it weren't for like Chiaki, I believe like Junko would have probably won.
Because at that point it's just her AI.
Because like she had like she made real good points for the remnants of despair to not press that button.
Oh yeah.
And like I found there she was a lot more serious, and I found like how it was different than how she was in the first game. I just found so interesting. Yeah,
Junko is. I think Junko's an amazing character. Period. Like not even like not just in the series, like in general, like anime games, whatever. Because you understand why everyone falls into despair for her. You understand it. It's like has this like she's this multi-talented individual who will always get her way no matter what, does not care about consequences, willing to kill her own sister, like kills her parent. It's like it doesn't matter to her. Like everything is meaningless. And because of that, like her idea when it was explained, like okay, why she prefers despair to hope. In her words, hope is too predictable.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it's like, yeah, every single kind of hope follows the same train of thought. And despair is chaotic. There's too many different angles you can go from it. And I just like, she's not done any of this alone. She's just manipulating people. Like, she's getting her army from Monica. She's getting her AI from remnants of Alter Ego. She's just taking bits and pieces from everyone. So it's like, yeah, clearly, like on her own, she's nothing but like her ability to manipulate people. And then this is gonna go off. Something about her crazy is really like, I don't know, it's cool.
Well, did you actually know?
That out there.
Did you actually know that according to a Guinness World Record, I don't know if this still holds up, but Junko was one of the most cosplayed characters. Like the most cosplayed character, apparently.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I have not heard about this, nor have I seen any Junko cosplays before.
Well,
wow, really?
When I from like 2015, from when I started cons, I have seen a lot of Junkos.
That's really surprising.
Even I've wanted to cosplay Junko. I've also really wanted to play.
Junko's amazing.
Cosplay Toko as well.
Would you fall into despair for Junko? Yes, you would.
Yes.
Junko is amazing, and I love her. Also, just I don't know, just like you said, her multiple like personalities, because she's bored of one for like 1 minute. She's like, now let's change it up. I love Junko so much.
I have.
Crazy girls are fun.
You're gonna hate me, but I forgot the name of the next character. I haven't
Who?
played one.
Taka.
Taka, that's it.
I put both forms of Taka. Just because it's fun.
Why not? For me,
Taka is just Tenya Ida from My Hero Academia. End of.
For me, he's a C because like I can't. The thing is, a lot of the characters that we've talked about, I can remember a lot about them, and especially like some of the ones that I'm looking at that are coming up. And I put him in C because I can't remember anything.
I would agree with C, but like the only thing I do remember about his character is that fusion form that he has with Mondo, and I think that's probably the best thing about his character, because like the whole of like all like 1 and 2, you don't see a lot of people like in denial of who a killer was.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was the best example of that, because it's like, okay, they formed this bond beforehand. So it's clear, like, you see this in real life. If someone's accused of something, your first instinct is to defend them to high hell. And the moment it's like Monokuma was like, yeah, he actually killed, like, he's still in denial even after his execution. And it's only after, like, he hears his voice from Alter Ego that, like, he becomes like this, like a new attitude, only for him to die, which is my problem. I wish we saw more of him.
Yeah, that's the problem. Some characters just don't have the best time to develop. I just remember that.
That's why I think Sayaka is such a good character, because they did well with the little time that they had of her.
All I know is extreme eyebrows. So, would you put his fusion form in C as well? Would you put them both in C, or would you put one higher than?
I put them in C together. I think it's not that much to justify another rank. It's not that powerful.
Now, the next one is, I think, is your favorite character from the franchise.
Yeah.
Right.
Kyoko. Kyoko is 100% the best character in this series. By far. As generic as that sounds, but I love her.
Do you want me to just put her to S tier now?
Yes, please.
Do you want to say why she's an S tier?
I haven't. Well, you speak first. I haven't heard your opinions on her. I didn't know that you liked her that much.
For me, I just like her. There's
Go on.
I don't have reasons. I just do.
What's that?
I just do. Okay. For me, she's not high on the list like she is for you.
Really?
No, I put Togami and Toko and Shiro higher.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I do like the bond she forms with Makoto, and I do like how I do like how she was detective, and especially like in later trials when she was helping you out, I really did like her then.
Right.
But yeah, that's mostly all I've got to say.
See, I could go on for a while, but I'll go try and just make it a bit short.
No, who cares?
Because from like even her backstory to where you have it, okay, her entire family they are detectives. They're not allowed to like take any sides, so they choose to be neutral. So that being like why she has this stoic personality, but then you have Jin, her dad, who's a headmaster, and he decided to be a headmaster instead of actually going on the detectives. So you see to where he's more of a family person than the rest of her family, namely her granddad. So the fact that she had to live with both of them, you see that since she first started with her family, with her parents before they were taken from her, she does have that like very caring and loving personality like underneath.
Yeah.
But it's blocked by all of like her teachings from her grandpa.
Yeah.
Of being like, no, you can't show emotions, they can't surface, you can't do anything like that. And to where she's fine with it because she enjoys what she does, which is a good thing. Like I don't think I would like as much if she wasn't as into being a detective. But the fact that
Yeah.
she's taking from both sides is pretty interesting. And then the beginning of the game, she's immediately drawn attention because she doesn't remember what her ability is. She doesn't remember that she's a detective. Yet through every single trial, you see more and more of like, okay, she's the only one who's comfortable seeing dead bodies for some reason. She's always like 10 steps ahead of everyone, even Togami. To which like he's stunned. He's like, no, this something has to be up. And even that personality of her being stoic, that's broken down like every chapter by Makoto. To where at the beginning she's investigating Hopeseek on her own, to where like she's slowly introducing Makoto into it so he can help her, which goes against all of her teachings. So I think that's it's just the progression of her character, and to the
Yeah.
point where even in towards the end of the 3 anime, like Britt, you saw my breakdown of her crying,
Yes.
of her dying. I cried. She
Yes,
died.
you cried. I actually cried
Of her
too.
dying, I thought that was too upsetting, because the entire game you see at the beginning, like when she looks at her armband, and she sees that it says, okay, she can't last 4 rounds with Makoto alive, and she's instantly shocked. And if this was the old Kyoko, she would not have cared at all.
Yeah.
And slowly, like throughout the entire thing, she decides to distance herself from him until the last day, where she's like, no, like forgive me, like everything. And she's just fully okay with it. Like she could have continued her investigation to find out like how the murders were happening, who the killer was. And it's only because like after now she's trusting Hina and Makoto to read her notes and come to the conclusion of it being suicides rather than her figuring it out. So I just really like her progression.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was too long.
No, that's fine.
But if that justifies why I think she's S, there you go.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people would agree with you that she is S, because I think she's one of the most liked characters, because the ones I know is like the most liked is usually like Chiaki, Kyoko,
Junko.
Nagito, Junko, and she's up there. So like I know you're
It's
not
deserving.
alone.
It's
Yeah.
deserving, let's put it that way.
So the next one
Yeah,
is Leon. Is it Leon? Leon? Leon?
yeah,
Leon?
Leon Kawada.
Leon?
The
Leon?
first
Leon? La,
victim,
la, la.
period.
I've been playing too much StarCraft.
Leon.
Uh,
Like the Pokemon champion. It's the
yeah.
same thing.
Oh,
There you go.
I love him, the Pokemon champion. Yeah.
He's a better Leon, let's put it that way. I don't love Leon.
The only thing that I find interesting is how he kind of didn't want to be a baseball star. That's kind of the only thing. But then again,
Oh yeah.
he is one of the he is like got first trial syndrome, so like there's usually
Heavy
not that
first
much.
trial syndrome.
Yeah, there's usually not that much development. But I would probably I wouldn't put him in S or A.
That's the thing, there's really
C.
not much to say about him.
Probably C. Would you agree, C?
Yeah, I put him in C. I'm honestly think there's not a lot I can say about Leon, except that like seeing his execution, I did not know what kind of like game or series I was going into.
Yeah.
So just to see that execution was like, oh god, like they're not kidding around when they say execution. It's really fucked. So I think like that set like a good standard of what's to come.
Oh yeah, it definitely did.
He was a good jumping point for every other character, so I don't care about him that much.
Next is our boy Makoto.
I want to hear what you say.
Now, Makoto in the first game, I didn't think I didn't think much of him. He is voiced by Bryce Papenbrook. Is one of my favorite voice actors, just purely because he's in everything.
Is that what we call bias?
Like, isn't I think he's like in everything but Fairy Tail or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
why haven't you met Bryce? Amazing, it was an amazing bloke. So usually Bryce Papenbrook, if it's voiced by Bryce Papenbrook, usually I like him, but I kind of more like Makoto.
Character, quote unquote.
I'm more like Makoto after the first game.
I agree. I completely agree.
I really like that scene in. I probably should have said this for like Toko, but I really like that scene in Ultra Despair Girls, where he's there talking to his sister. It's just that like you didn't tell her anything. But I like
that was the one time I was just like, I completely agree with you, Makoto. Preach, please.
And I kind of like how he's kind of with the Future Foundation. He's kind of had more authority, and obviously he played a major role in trying to help the remnants of despair. But
that's the thing. I like how that ties. He ties everything together basically from 1 to 3. He ties everything. Like he's always the solution, which is fitting because okay, fine, yeah, he is the ultimate hope. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But like you said, in 3, I like how that idea of hope was like conflicted with Monokata, which we'll probably talk about him later. So I think that was like he was a really good like foil to him and Ryota. Like their 3 ideas of hope. So I don't know. He's a very likable character, but there's nothing much to say about him.
The only thing is, when protagonists go, I personally think there's a better protagonist out there, that being Hajime. So I wouldn't put him in S because I don't think he's deserving of S.
I'd honestly put him in B.
I was actually thinking B too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good.
B for Bride.
It's just like you. It's like you said. Hajime's just been done way better. But then again, a lot of what Hajime brings is because of what Makoto was. I think it's a very nice contrast.
I've got things to say about Hajime when we get to him. That's all.
Okay. Cool.
They're good
We're nearly done with one.
Nearly. Mondo.
Mondo. I only like him because he's Josuke.
I did kind of like how he. I did like a lot of like the backstory that was kind of shown.
Oh yeah.
I did like that, but really, there's not much you can really say about him because
he's very Go on.
I know I definitely wouldn't put him in A. I think
No.
I don't think he's deserving of C. I think he's a B for me.
Absolutely. Like his character is great though. Like that's the thing. There's not character growth as such, but like he's a very consistent character.
And
even like the best thing about him was like how he was found out to be. One of the reasons he was found out to be like the guy who killed Chihiro, in the fact like he refused to call him a girl in front of everyone after Chihiro entrusted him with like that like secret. Like even to he's too nice to a fault. So it's like, okay, I'm not gonna reveal anything, but I'm still gonna call you a dude in front of everyone.
Part of me wants to move into A because
move him to A.
I've just remembered how he's like the only person that like in probably the franchise that has actually showed remorse and guilt.
Yeah, because when it happened, it was all of jealousy. Like he was upset that like he can't like face his own fear, and this weak person to him is able to. And after that, like he normally called Chihiro like something along the weak something as his nickname, but like he stops that completely after the investigation starts. So I don't know. He's just a very respectable guy. Also, his gang is called the Crazy Diamonds.
Is it?
So there's that.
Is it? I haven't played one for ages. Because so I forgot.
His brother's called Daya. Diamondo.
I've got speechless. I didn't know.
Yeah, I know. I found that out semi-recently, so that just made it even better. That's why their gang is called Crazy Diamond. In Japanese, it would just be a combination of their names.
I love that.
But yeah. I don't love his hair, though. I'll say that. His hair is weird.
Yeah, he's weird.
Yeah.
But a lot of Dangan Ronpa hair is... He's S.
This little fucker.
He's S. He's S. Like, no one can... You can't even
No one
fight.
fucks with Monokuma.
You can fight me if you think he's lower than S, but he's S.
I mean, no, like, he's the mascot for a reason.
I freaking
He's amazing.
love Monokuma.
I would worship Monokuma. Hell yeah, I'd wear one of those masks. It's such a simple design as well. Like it's unbelievably simple that it works.
I've actually cosplayed.
It's like, okay, you see Junko, okay, I'm gonna create this bear. What should I model his eye off? I will model his eye off the symbol of hope. What should his color be? It'll be black and white because he'll be neutral to hope and despair when I'm portraying him. I think it's great.
I
Also, he's a
agree.
fucking asshole and I love it.
He is an asshole. And like
don't fuck with him.
I love especially like in the games when they reference other things, because I swear he referenced JoJo in the
Oh, he did
game.
in the second game.
And I really love the mono.
He does a stand rush against Monami. Great.
Monokuma is the mascot for a reason. He is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Great. Every single iteration of him. Whether it is Junko or someone else. That's a good question. Who is Monokuma in Dangan Ronpa 3? I don't actually know this. Was it still Junko's AI? Or no? I don't think so.
I don't actually know.
Might have been Monica.
It might have been Monica because
I really don't know.
Wasn't she disguised as the blue-haired girl?
Yeah, but she wasn't the mastermind.
I know she wasn't the mastermind, but she might.
I really don't know.
I really don't know.
Hmm.
Anyway, shall we go on to the next one?
Yeah.
For me, she's a B.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why she's a B is that I read the when you finish the game, you can get a optional story.
Is this
yeah.
I haven't read that.
I read it, and I remember I really liked it because of the bond she made with Makoto. And
Makoto, really?
Yeah, and
read this.
Yeah, you get it. I think you either get it unlocked when you've played all of one, or you've played all of.
No, I got it from completing 2 as well. I got it from
2. Yeah, I can't remember because I've got both of the games together on one disc because I've got Dangan.
Right. No, it's after you finish 2.
It's after you finish 2. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I remember reading that, and I really loved the bomb they kind of made. And also, I really love how a lot of what she was doing in the first game. The first game was just to kind of make Junko happy, and what is sad is that's the reason why she was killed, partly because she didn't.
Yes.
If she killed her own sister, it would bring the most despair, wouldn't it?
Well, exactly. That's what she wanted. Because you see more of it in 3, where like I really was not expecting her personality to be like that at all. In 3.
Same.
So like she like gets off on making Junko happy. Like I really would not have expected that. So that's why like they have this constant game of like them trying to kill each other. Where they both get enjoyment from it. But like it's a weird thing because it's like she likes Junko a lot. But like to Junko the best thing would be if she hated her.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really cool contrast. Also her design, I think it's very opposing to Junko's. Like she's the complete opposite of Junko.
She's the type of girl I would want to be.
she's very cool. I like her.
So where would you put her? Because I said B, but where would you put her?
I'm fine with B. It's just there isn't a lot of her.
Yeah, I
think she's great though.
I think if there was more of her, she probably would be an A.
Yeah.
Sakura. Sakura is an 8.
Yes.
An 8. I was going to say
okay.
an 8, but
Go on.
I agree. I
Go
actually
on,
agree with her being an S. I would have thought you wanted it lower, to be honest.
I really like Sakura.
One thing I also want to comment on is I love how a lot of that it was the 4th trial, wasn't it? That was hers.
Yeah. 4th trial.
What I really love is that would have been so easy to solve if everyone weren't distrusting of everyone. And I really love the relationships she has with Asahina. I need to cough in a minute. The relationship she has with her, and how she was willing to commit suicide to help not just the people that were in the killing game, but the people she believed to be in the dojo, which is the main reason why she was helping Monokuma in the first place. Yeah, let's just drag her to S.
Completely, because her character, it's the complete opposite to her appearance. Like, you'd think she's this extremely tough person, but no, she's basically, like, the mother of, like, their entire group.
Oh, and how...
And just seeing how, like, the reason she was killed was because she was trying to, like, atone for, like, being a traitor. It's like, okay, Hero... Isn't it? Yeah, Hero comes up to her and, like, no, I'm not gonna talk to you. He attacks her. Then Toko does the same, and then she attacks her. And it's just really sad seeing that happen. So it's like she's trying so hard, and she's like, no, the best thing would be to kill the traitor. So she was suicide. And like you said, it's like the discord, like, among people, was like what fucked up the entire trial. And also back to Monokuma being a fucking asshole, him switching like her will. That was like one of the most heartbreaking moments of the first game.
Definitely.
And she's overall a great character.
I have forgot her name. What? Sayaka.
Maizona. She's a bitch.
She pretty much.
No, I'm kidding. She's really not. Because since it is the first trial, like, you see, like, I think she has the most natural reaction out of everyone.
Yeah, I just don't know,
like,
where...
if you put yourself in that situation, it's like, okay, you see a video of, like, basically your livelihood being killed. Like, everything, like, the only thing that matters to you is killed. And it's like, okay, all these people, like, no, we're gonna, like, find a way out. But, like, no, she breaks. And it's like, yeah, of course that's what would happen. So I think the fact that she was trying to blame Makoto on it was kind of fucked. But the fact that but even then, her writing Leon on the wall was like kind of an apology to him. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Sayaka.
I actually thought that different. I thought she was there like, they're gonna get this person.
Well, no, because she didn't really have anything against Leon. If she wanted to fuck Leon over, she could have done that beforehand. The only reason, and it makes sense why she chose Leon as well.
Yeah.
Like, he was the only person. Like, Makoto swapped rooms with her. I'm just thinking all of the guys. Makoto swapped rooms with her. Hiro is obsessed with, like, his crystal ball. He doesn't give a shit about anyone else. Hifumi's Hifumi. Taka's too proper. Mondo wouldn't go against his code like that. So it's like, okay, Leon is the perfect person to take the fall.
For me, she's I don't know. Where would you put her?
I agree. Like, she's good, but, like, there's like you said, first trial. It could have been more, but, like, I think she was the best of, like, all of the first trial incidents, character-wise. Because you see, she planned everything. That's why it just hurts. Because at the beginning, it's like, okay, no, her and Makoto are gonna be together. Like, no, I'm gonna betray you.
The next character for me is that usually with a lot of these characters, we want to see more of them. This character, I feel, outstayed their welcome.
Agreed. Agreed. This
Like,
guy
I found like kind of how his fortune telling was only so much percent, like
30% accurate.
30% accurate. I found that funny, but really, like, he really outstayed his welcome.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But he was interesting for a while, but then it just got tiring of him just being fucking stupid. Like it was really annoying. And then the entirety of like the future arc in 3, where he was just locked outside, that just felt annoying. Like constantly going back to him. It's like, why? He doesn't need to be here. That's just his character. He doesn't need to be here.
Didn't they do a similar thing in Ultra Despair Girls? When he locked out.
Oh, no, he wasn't. He was just mentioned.
Oh, I thought
it was
that
his
was like
mom that you
one
saw.
scene.
It was his mom that you saw.
Oh, I thought that was like one scene. I forgot.
Yeah. Also, on his mom, like she is the reason he turned out to be this. She's a terrible mother.
So where would you put
She's
him?
like, oh yeah, my son's doing wonderfully. And Toko's like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, he's great. Except he's in debt. Except he's wanted by Fuyuhiko's Yakuza gang. Except he fucked around with Fuyuhiko's sister. And now their dad wants to kill them. It's like, okay, you've done something wrong with this child.
The more we talk about him, the more I want to demote him from C to D.
Do it. It's fine. Go for it.
The next character is also
That's probably the most interesting thing about his character, that he's wanted by Fuyuhiko's gang for tricking his sister.
Also, the next character is also D because...
We don't need to speak about this character. Fuck him.
All I'm gonna say is usually
the younger the better. Fuck him.
Usually people don't like him because of that line. I didn't like him before that, so it's fine.
I did like him before that, because it was kind of like the way Toko put it was perfect. Like he's a washed up Byakuya. Because they're basically the same character, except like they took different routes. So Byakuya was like, yeah, I'm gonna be fine. This guy just gave up.
No, because like one thing I really did not like is, I'm not gonna lie, I agreed a lot with in the game with Ultra Despair Girls with Toko, and this might be just me, but like when she was there, like, oh, so you're just gonna wait around and do nothing? Like that's one of the reasons I also didn't like them, because also how like they just threw him out and stuff like that. Yeah, fuck him.
Well, I think he fit that game pretty well, because that entire game, like you're seeing, like, okay, what are the people on the outside? How are they dealing with the situation? Like, I think he's the like perfect example of that. Doesn't make him a great guy, but like whatever. We don't need to talk about him.
What about the next kid? Because he's probably my
what's his name? Jotaro.
He's probably my least favorite out of the Warriors of Hope.
Me too. I don't like the way he speaks.
Also,
that's just me.
Also, I love
really
the
weird.
bit where they take off his mask and he's actually like a really pretty boy.
I thought that was the saddest bit, because like he had, what's the thing called, the self-image like deprecation. It's like he just had that the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is really sad. All of these kids that was really, really sad, but like, I don't know, I just really don't like this character.
So where would you put him?
C. I don't hate him, so C.
Yeah, same.
Like, I can't hate the guy.
Next is Komaru.
Komaru's an A to me.
Her
character development is amazing.
Yeah, I would agree. I agree. She's
like, I don't even think we have to speak that much about it. Just her, because we've mentioned her interactions with Toko. Like, we've already gone ad nauseum with that. And then just the way her character develops, to where like even like her walking animation changes throughout the game. So like from being like scared like Toko to where at the end of the game she's like confidently walking. Like, I think that's a really cool touch. Just showing that. And it's like, yeah, she gets out of this thing where it's like she she's trying to be Makoto, but then she realized like she doesn't have to be like him. She can do other shit. Like she's a great character.
She is.
She got annoying though at one point. The line where she keeps saying that she's just a normal high school girl, I really got tired of that. That's
I
the one
don't
thing.
blame you.
But otherwise, she's wonderful.
Why is all the Warriors Her Hopes names gone out of my head?
Kotoko.
Kotoko.
This girl has the saddest backstory.
For me, she's a B.
She's a B. I like her because of how sorry I feel for her.
Yes.
Like it's really fucked up. Like we're gonna say that line a lot with this series. It's a lot of fucked shit.
I also really like how when she actually finds out what Monica's doing, I really like how she actually stands up for herself. Yeah, and stands against her. And I also just really love. I remember playing that when I was playing, because each chapter is kind of based off a Warrior of Hope. And I remember I really enjoyed playing her chapter. So.
Oh yeah, because fucking genocide. So being a queen, as she does. But no, her entire thing, where like to the point where if someone calls her gentle, like she breaks down crying.
Yeah.
Like remembering like sexual abuse. It's really sad.
It is.
And you're like the more you go through this I think this speaks for all of the Warriors of Hope. The more you know about them, the more you feel like forgiving them. Whereas like no, you really haven't done anything wrong. Like you've just been fucked with by so many people. And like you understand their outlook because it's just terrible. And the sad thing is like you see shit like this in real life.
Except Monica,
that's the worst thing.
I don't feel sorry for her. I just love her.
No, fuck Monica. But all the Warriors of Hope, I would put all of them in B, to be honest. I don't know if you agree. Because we can skip Kurokuma quickly and just talk about them as a whole.
The thing is, I'm not sure if Monica should be in A.
Oh, I'm not talking about Monica.
Oh, the other two.
Everyone but Monica. Like the other two, I'm talking about.
Oh, I love them. Yeah, they're great.
Because Daimon is really that's the first one you see. It's where like he's shaking at the thought of like being scared and like he's just hurting himself just to like make his arm numb so he stops shaking.
I also really love.
And he's going on about like no, he's not afraid of like the alcohol smell or like the punishments. Oh my god, poor child. Is it?
Oh, I forgot his name. It's like with an N. The blue
Nagisa.
one. Nagisa. I knew it was something with an N. I actually would say he's probably my favorite Warrior of Hope. Because what I
would say for me it's Kotoko.
What I would say for me is that I loved the bit where he actually is there to the girls, like shows them the way out because really he's there like, well, you're the ones putting a wrench into this plan, and if you weren't here, like is doing it for this believed paradise. And I just remember
he's the only one out of all of them that thinks for himself.
And also, I feel he's like really intelligent, but I feel bad for him, because of his backstory and stuff. But that's
I'm here crying every day because of studying. If someone like came up to me and like put an IV bag at me and was like, "Nah, keep studying," I would actually want to hurt them. So I get it.
But yeah, let's quickly.
But for a child, it's like damn. Now all four of them, I think they're probably the best representation of like how bad child abuse can really be. It's like taken to the extreme. So I think they were all great characters.
I'm really tempted to put Nagisa in A. I'm like really tempted because of what I said. Yeah,
I'm fine with it. Because I completely get what you're saying.
I'll put these two.
I forgot about that bit.
I'll put those two in A for me.
Replace Daimon with Kodako, I think.
I would actually say I prefer Daimon more.
For Kodako. Put Kodako there, and then we can keep Nagisa in A. I think that's fair.
Poor Akuma, you're going in D because I absolutely despise
this Boston bastard. Like I said earlier, the only thing I like about him is his voice.
Doesn't mean I want his voice while I'm playing.
I mean, he's half Junko, so there you go.
Monica.
Are we ranking this off how much we hate her? Or of how good a character she is? Because those are two different things.
It's how good of a character she is, but I'm looking at Junko in S. And I don't think she's.
Yeah, but she's not S. She's
not S. I think she's
she's a high A.
High A.
In my opinion.
We might have to make an extra A, like AA.
Can you create one above S and just call it Ultimate?
I'm trying to remember how to do it. It's the settings bit, ain't it? Yeah, add.
Yeah, call it Ultimate, I think.
Have I put it in? Yeah. What am I calling it? Ultimate A?
No, replace that one with S and call the top one Ultimate. And then I think we can move Sakura to S. And yeah, just Sakura, I think. And then we can move some up, I think. Do you want to start at A? Who's there? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Cool.
Yeah.
And then maybe Monica and S then.
Yeah.
Because honestly, Monica's completely fucked. It's like, yeah, okay, what would a child Junko look like? There you go. It's the most terrible thing, like seeing her on the wheelchair and her explanation. So it's like, oh no, I get sympathy points. Like it's messed up. So messed up, and she just doesn't care about anyone. To where, like, her entire room is just like a Junko museum. Like this girl needs help.
For me,
she was absolutely wasted potential though in Dangan Ronpa 3. I feel like they could have done so much more with her, but they just sent her to space. But then it also makes sense because it's like, okay, she said she was thinking too much like an adult. It's like, yeah, you were always too much like an adult, so it's good that you realize. But then, like Komaru said, like she's a child, she'll get bored of it and come back.
With Monica, most of the actual game, like, she would have been an A for me until, like, near the end. Near the end is where I really loved her. My first introduction to Monica was 3. And I remember as soon...
How was that, like? Because you don't even know who that is.
I loved her design. I wanted to play Ultras with Spare Girls because of her design. And I think in 3, she was wearing, like, a Dangan Ronpa. Wasn't it, like, hoodie?
She was wearing one of Junko's outfits. I don't remember where Junko wears it.
I thought she was wearing, like, a Monokuma hoodie.
No, that's inside of her van. When she's doing the broadcast, she's wearing, like, Junko's, like, officer hat and stuff.
But I remember the hoodie bit.
But yeah, in the van, she's wearing the Monokuma hoodie.
When I saw her in the Monokuma hoodie, I was there like, I like this girl. I want to
need one.
I want to be like her and have like the Monokuma hoodie. Christmas present. Anyone like thinking to get me one? Go ahead. But yeah.
Also, I find it weird that she's the one who created all the Monokumas. I find that really weird. Like, she's 10.
She's a smart 10-year-old.
Oh, it's your boy Mahad.
Hello?
Hello!
Hey. Oh my god, I'm sorry that I'm just coming in like this.
No,
That's fine.
you're
We're
welcome.
like halfway
Hello.
through anyway, so we need a break.
It's
Saw what you guys were doing, but I couldn't zoom in, so I was like, it's likely some Pokemon stuff.
Nah, bro, you never told me you like this shit.
Oh, bro, I have the latest game. I watched the playthrough for the second one, watched the whole anime, everything.
Bro, you need to tell me the shit beforehand.
Oh, you know, when you watch 500 animes, it's just gonna be in there.
You know what? True, I should have expected it.
I had so
we're gonna
much
do
fun
another
telling
one on V3 some point later when I play the game.
Wait,
So
which one do you
we'll
want to
add
play?
that as well, if you want.
V3.
Which one? Do you guys want to stream it or anything? Because I know I have
No,
it on PS4.
we're ranking characters and trials for that one later.
Oh, I'm in, definitely.
Dope. Do we want to continue this with Mahad voicing if he wants to change anything in the list so far?
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to ask him.
Do you want to take the floor, Mahad?
My Celestian girl is on B.
Oh, you have a problem with that?
Yeah, you have a problem with me?
I guess we're starting with that.
Oh,
all right.
I mean, I know she was really a side character.
Should we start now then, Brett? Should we carry on?
I'm just
No, I'll tell you guys, because I mostly agree on what you guys did.
Well, I think
Because
Coco should be ultimate, but that's me.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a friend of mine, Mahad.
Mm-hmm.
We did not know he likes Dangan Ronpa, but here he is now.
Hey guys.
And he doesn't like where Celeste is, so let him start.
Well, I kind of agree where she is. It's just hard to take it in.
Tell me.
Because
if
I'm
you can
trying
justify
to remember,
it,
like,
you can justify it.
I'm just trying to remember, like, what sort of character she was. All I remember from her was, like, she had them nice tea drinking, that nice thing that she had on her finger all the time.
Oh, she did have a knife on her finger, didn't she?
Yeah, she had, like, something similar.
Was that ever explained why?
And the things, I have something for maid characters.
Oh, that makes sense.
But I gotta say, I love that you put the guy next to Hina and the other one in the same category.
Which
oh, right.
Like,
Mondo,
you know. What
well,
happened there?
originally Mondo was in B, wasn't he? But I moved him up because I taught myself into it.
Mahad, spoilers are fair game except for the last game because I haven't played it.
Okay, yeah. The fact
spoilers are fine. It's just that I haven't played the last game, so I don't want spoilers on V3. That's all.
If we get ever to if you have a PS4,
we're going to.
Wait,
going to.
Have you played V3? I
have finished it.
Oh my god, do you love Koichi? That's the only question I'm gonna ask.
Oh my god, he's an asshole. He's funny, annoying.
I love the scene where he goes,
I won't say
it's a lie!
I won't say any more for that. Mo?
Yeah.
Please, no. We will talk about V3 in another time. We'll bring
another time
back. But yeah, so should we move Celeste up then from Mahad?
You want to?
No. Keep her really there because I forgot most of it. She was likely
I'm
B-tier character.
Like, I don't mind her.
Like,
okay,
looking at who's A, S, and Ultimate, these people are like, I remember them like a heartbeat. But her, here and there. Makoto was just an annoying character.
Shirakuma. Where would you put Shirakuma?
Shirakuma, I'm neutral on. I don't like him. I don't love him.
I like him, but then when I found out like the end bit, Shirakuma's in Ultra Despagos, yeah.
Okay, then I'm out.
Well, because he's half of Junko's AI, right?
Yeah. I just I want to say B.
I'd say C, to be honest.
C. I'll put him in C.
Okay, because he's not Kurokuma levels of annoying.
I actually kind of liked Shirakuma in the game.
Well, it's the ending that kind of kills it for me.
Yeah, same. Akane.
The fact that they're both. Yeah, so Dangan Ronpa 2. Akane's a
Let's go.
badass.
Akane.
I
She's a
love
beast.
Akane. I love Akane, so I'm gonna.
Like I said, once again, her backstory is fucking sad, and I love her.
So where would you put her in S?
Mahad. She's not.
You said her backstory. I tell you right now, I forgot her backstory.
Her backstory, the long story short, is that she has very negligent parents, but she has a bunch of siblings that she's taking care of. So the reason that she's ultimate gymnast is because throughout her life she's constantly like running. She's doing parkour in the sense of it's a way to get away from like perverts and shit. They're trying to attack her. So that was the main reason why. So like she never trained in gymnastics. She's just constantly be running her whole life, like trying to make money for her siblings.
Don't say my internet crashed.
I did not actually know about story, and I wanted to put her in S because I really loved the relationship she has with Nekomaru, because Nekomaru is also one of my favorite characters.
Ooh, we're gonna disagree on that one.
We'll get
But
to
I
it.
think okay, Akane S then.
S?
You guys agree? Also, she eats everything, so she's great.
Yeah. S?
Too funny.
We're going S? Just going to S?
Yeah, go for it. Ultimate imposter.
I just remember when you were just there like, why is Togami fat? And I told you, and you were there like, why did you actually tell me?
You legit ruined that for me, Britt. Mahad, I asked this girl about Byakuya at the beginning, like why he's fat and he's like, oh, maybe he's an imposter. You don't just say that. Don't ruin it for me.
No, get that out of here. This guy's D.
I actually
no, this guy
ruined it.
I actually really like him.
I like him in the anime.
I actually want to put him in like S.
Brett, you're kidding, right?
No, I actually really like him.
Why do you? Okay, why? Why?
The thing is, what I really like is how in the first trial, legit, he hosted that party to make sure people didn't die, and then he died.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking Nagito. This man's savage.
I don't think he's D. I wouldn't put him in D because he's not fucking. I like him young. Level of hate.
Yeah, he's. I put him in C because he doesn't like him young.
Oh, have you seen the game? Oh, you haven't seen the gameplay for Ultra Despair Girls, have you?
I have.
Mahad. I said that wrong.
Mahad.
Mahad.
No problem.
I'm bad with saying names, I'm sorry. He just goes, well, they're randomly in an elevator, like, I like him young, and I'm not like, no!
I don't need this guy.
No, I honestly...
This guy sucks.
No.
Haji Toa is a scum. Like, that guy needs to die.
He could have chosen anyone. Why did he choose him? I get his ultimate, but I was like, no.
Well, why he chose to be Byakuya?
Yeah.
See, I never understood that either. Like, why was it Byakuya?
I only see like him in a scene in newspaper.
He said that the reason he said that he wouldn't be able to portray Byakuya anymore in 3 was because Byakuya was coming to Hope's Peak. But I don't know why it was Byakuya in the first place.
Oh, you should have seen it in the actual advertisement for the game. Like they full on put him like in center, and even had like posters with Toko, even though Toko is nowhere near the game. I want to bimp him up.
Imagine this Byakuya inside of Toko's fantasies.
We're done. We are done.
I want to bump him up to B. Can we bump him up to B?
I can't believe you wanted him in S.
No.
He's going
to he's C.
Britt, no.
No, that's taking it
C
far.
Is the most. C is the most, Britt. I can put him at the top of C.
Okay.
How is he C If we have like Mr. Discipline in bloody, I don't know how. Yeah, good. Let's leave him in C actually.
Good.
The next one, I don't think anyone's gonna argue with me.
No, ultimate.
Wait, who was that?
Chiaki.
Best girl.
One of best girls. No, second best girl. Sorry.
Wait, okay, maybe you're gonna say second.
She's not Kyoko. She's not Kyoko.
You love Kyoko.
Yes, 100%. We stand Kyoko.
This is me in my corner with Toka.
But no.
Is Kyoko the samurai girl?
No, she's the detective.
Oh no, sorry, I meant the samurai.
Oh, you like Peko?
I loved her when she got introduced.
Oh, we'll get to her. But no, Chiaki, Britt, what is your thing on her? Because you haven't heard this.
She is amazing. That's all I need to say. But if you want me to add more, what I love is in the game, I love how when you talk to her, she also kind of has that sleepy kind of...
I relate to that.
Yeah, and I really love that. Also, Trial 5 hurts me inside.
Because that's the thing, at the beginning of the game, like, you think you literally think nothing of her. Like, she's just there. But then, like, throughout each trial, she kind of, like, is helping constantly, and you think, okay, why is this girl helping? And then towards the end, it's like, you don't realize that she's the traitor until the last minute. I'm pretty sure. Like, at least I didn't, because I didn't suspect a thing. More so because, like, I loved her. She was amazing. And then you find it, like, okay, she was... Huh?
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah. Like, but it made sense. Even going back and, like, seeing like, how, okay, she was constantly helping. It's like, oh, it's because she was made an AI there to help. So it makes sense. And the fact that she's based off, like, the class representative in Dangan Ronpa 3, her entire she made that anime.
She literally is.
She absolutely made Despair Side. Like, it was terrible watching her, like, die, because you see her go to the exit, and then it's just not an exit in Monokuma fashion.
Where I got despair when I saw that. I
mean, truth.
Like, I was like, when they fell into despair, I was like, you know what? I'm joining you guys. Let's destroy the world.
Yeah. On that note, though, I both love and hate the fact that was what drove everyone else into despair.
I wish
I like it because, okay, she is the person that, like, is holding the whole class together. Like, she's amazing. Like, we love her. But also, I was, like Britt said, I was expecting, going into 3, I was expecting to see, like, individual ways of everyone going into despair. Like, I didn't love that it was all just one thing for all of them. I feel like, I don't know, I was just expecting something different. But because of Chiaki, I think it was done okay. Like, she saved that.
Wait, Britt, you want to say your opinion, or can I go?
Yeah.
Go ahead, because I've kind of said mine.
I kind of disagree on that, because I think from how the anime was kind of looking, I thought, like, all of them, they showed, like, how well, like, how each one of them was kind of talking with Chiaki and how they're acting around her. So they kind of all agreed that they really liked her. That's how I was seeing it. And from the anime, it kind of looked like, even, like, as a watcher, you liking her more and more per episode, so they can just hit you with the feelings towards the end.
See, the thing is, because of that, I want to hear Britt's opinion on this, because going into 3, and I saw Chiaki in the classroom, I was like, the first moment my thought was, like, she's gonna die. She's 100% gonna die. Because, you know, like, she wasn't, as far as you know from 2, she wasn't in the class, she was just in AI. So you see this girl and you're like, oh my god, they based the AI off this girl. So it just, you have it in the back of your mind, like, don't get attached, but you do get attached.
Exactly.
I know why Mahmud's asking me.
Mahad,
because
Britt watched 3 before playing 2.
Because I'll tell you my order. I watched the first anime of the first game. I then watched
Yeah.
3 the anime because I didn't have anything to play the games on. Then I played V3 when I got a PS4 because it was on sale for 20 quid. Like a few months after it came out. So I was there like, well, I'm not going to get it 20 quid again. So I got that instead of getting the first 2. And played that, and then played 1 again, and then played 2. So for me, I didn't know Chiaki would die because obviously I didn't have that knowledge of 2.
Right.
But I still thought I knew about the Remnants of Despair. I knew kind of the ending. I knew what was the ending of 2. So for me, it wasn't as impactful as it might have been for other people. But I agree with
That goes
you.
to show you how good of a character she is. If you went in that order, yeah, you still have these feelings about her.
I wanted it to be individual. So like because I always thought when I saw they were the Remnants of Despair, I always thought like not Monokuma, Junko manipulated them in different ways, like maybe looked for the different ways to kind of get them on her side because Junko is good at manipulating people. So I always thought that. So when I saw it was that reason, I was there like, oh. I think it's more that's why I'm now like, oh. But yeah, Chiaki's S.
So great though. Like she's amazing. Also her execution in the game, that's just cruel.
It is cruel.
I'm so happy I forgot it. Don't write me.
Now we're gonna remind you.
Every time I see her, I just see like the death scene that happened in the anime, and then I just feel like, shit.
The one in the game I feel like was worse than the one in the anime. Sorry, the other way around. The one in the anime was worse than the game.
Oh, it was worse than the game.
Also, can I speak about this quickly? Since we're gonna talk about Izuru next as well.
Yeah.
The moment like after Chiaki's execution, where she's on the floor like dying, and she's like, "No, I don't want to go." Like Izuru, not Izuru, Hajime. Like I want to play more games with you. Like it just kills you. Where she's like she's still trying to reach into like the depths of Izuru to get Hajime. And when she dies and he picks it up and he's like, no, I don't care about this girl. Yeah, he starts crying. Like, that's the moment you realize, oh no, like, Hajime's still inside there. Like, this girl affects everyone. Like, from the opposite of them. Like, she sent everyone else into despair. But, like, she's giving, like, more hope to Izuru.
I used Gundam so we could talk about Izuru and Hajime at the same time since they're kind of
Where's
Gundam?
Gundam was in between Izuru and Hajime, so I've just moved him across so we can do both.
Yeah, go for it.
For me,
I started talking about Izuru. Go for it. Yeah.
The thing is, for me, Hajime for me is he's definitely higher than Makoto. For me, he's probably an A because looking at the people in S, I wouldn't put him with them. But then
Hajime on his own.
I think like Hajime by himself and what we have seen from him.
Because
there wasn't really much, was there? It was just him thinking about the future most of the time.
Well, not even that. Like, I think the best example of why Hajime is so good is like the first few minutes of Dangan Ronpa 2. Because you have the first game where the entire thing with Makoto being this extremely optimistic person, like nothing gets him down. And then you go into Hajime and like he's the only one out of everyone that suspects like, nah, this island stuff is bullshit. Like, what's going on? Like, I like that. Like, he's more aware of his situation.
I also like
he actually cares about what's going on. He's not just like, let's get along. He's like, no, find out what's happening. This doesn't make sense.
I also like with Hajime, unlike Makoto, he will outright say if someone's wrong. Like, he will outright go, that's wrong. Whereas Makoto
Hajime will slap you.
Would be more not want to put on his toes. And I looked at, like, remember I more looked at a video about Hajime, and he is definitely my favorite protagonist in all of the games.
Right.
Cause
okay, I agree on that.
Go on, bro.
Because I don't know. I remember like he wants to be. The thing is, he wants to be an ultimate, but he will never be that. That's why he done the project in the first place.
Like 3 added so much to his character. Like I was not expecting it to add that much to his character. Because at the end of 2, you do find out like it is him, but you think, okay, why did he do this?
Yeah.
Like we haven't seen any of it, so just seeing him like around him, everyone saying like you are nothing, you're not ultimate. It's like okay, that makes complete sense why he'd want to do it. He did it for Chiaki as well, so like, he didn't want to feel like inferior next to her. He wanted like her to like actually look at him as like an ultimate. Like, I don't know. His character is really. It's a very cool spin rather than just having the main character always be like the ultimate hope. Because I told you my theory on that. Like when I started the game, Brett.
Yeah.
I told you that I thought Nagito was the ultimate despair and he'd wipe your memories of being the ultimate hope. That's what I thought going into 2. Couldn't have been further from the truth.
Because I've got a lot to say about him.
Yeah, there's a lot to say about this guy.
But Hajime, I really like his relationship also with Chiaki, especially in 3.
Yeah.
Like I would want to say that is the best kind of protag and other person relationship, but I would say V3 kind of has that beat. But he's definitely my favorite, and I kind of also like how he's never kind of fitted in wherever he's been, and
he's always felt out of place.
Yeah, and also he has the confidence to kind of, unlike other protagonists when usually they're more like quiet, not really spoken people. Hajime, especially like, isn't afraid to kind of put people down and say like, "Oh, I don't belong here because I'm like an ultimate." Because I found that from his backstory. So, the thing is, he's definitely above Makoto. I don't know if I would put him in A with Kamaru because I would say I would like Hajime more, but I don't know if I would put him in S because S has some of my favorites.
You don't agree, Mahad?
I just don't think he was really S worthy.
I would say, well, since you're saying that, how about B then? If you're saying that, because I'm in the middle of both of you with that.
So you A?
B for Hajime on his own.
Yeah, I'd say with Hajime on its own, yeah.
Where would you put his oh, I forgot his name.
The cooler Hajime?
Yeah, the cooler.
Oh wait, Makoto's in B though.
Yeah.
No, put him in A. Since Makoto's in B, like I want him to be at least 1 tier above Makoto.
Yeah. Would you still keep Kamaru in A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What about, I forgot his name. It's gone out of my head.
Isn't it
Izuru Kamakura?
Yeah. I do think he's A.
You put him in A?
I'm trying to remember from what I've seen because I think there were like some side stories as well.
I would put him in B, honestly.
And
I
think I just like his gothic vibe.
That's the thing. It's just
the most talented one.
That's the fact that he has like artificial talents. So where I think he's like an excellent contrast to Junko. To where like she's the ultimate despair, but like she has all these other talents. But this guy's been bred as the ultimate hope, but like he has all these other talents as well. So I think he's just a very good contrast to Junko, to where like she's trying to make everything less bored, but he's just accepting that everything's bored.
Yeah, I would put him in B. Like what you said.
Yeah. Who is this?
Gundam!
Ooh.
Gundam.
Gundam's an S.
I'm glad everyone.
S or I'm fine with
This
I'm fine
man
with
has
S or A.
fucking chinny, boy.
I love him. He's S for me. I love put him in S so that everyone can like
I agree.
talk
This
about.
appointment as
Respect-
from
Wait, S. Yeah.
his
You said
vibe
S.
is just
I was
his
kidding
vibe and his
around.
sentences. Like it's just worth it.
Just yeah, his dialogue alone.
His
It's
dialogue
just
is
worth it.
great. He has fucking pet hamsters. Great.
Davis of Destruction, I beg your pardon.
Yes.
They're not hamsters.
They're no hamsters.
They are
What
only in their first form.
I mean, like, there's like this scene with his background. I think like when they all kind of fell into despair and everyone was doing like their own stuff, and you have like
Yeah,
him,
he has, like, a
and then like
snake around his
crocodile,
neck.
elephants, giraffes.
Oh, he has this snake around his neck. Like, damn.
Also what I really like is actual kind of the thing is with Trial 4, even though like I'm not the biggest fan of it, I actually really like Gundam's kind of motivations because it's debated if he actually done it for the actual to help everyone else or he did it for a different way, and that's what I like.
Well,
And
no,
also
I
it's
think
fucking
it's
weird,
a
and I
mixture
love
of
it.
both.
Mm.
I think he'll be a mixture of both because you have it to where, like, he even says this, like, Nekomaru shared his ideals of, like, it's pointless to give up on life. So, like, they willingly both, like, fought until one of them were able to get, like, he was offended when people said that Nekomaru didn't even fight him. Like, he just pressed his button. Like, he was offended that to say, like, no, he did put up a fight. Like, how dare you, like, speak down on both of us?
You forgot to put in Robot
So,
Nekomaru in the list.
Oh no, I said it was one person. He's the same guy. Same guy. But yeah,
I think they were able to save him. Nice.
no, I like Gundam a lot. He's very, and then his dynamic with Sonya. So where it's like you have this girl who's trying to learn about Japanese culture, and then you just put this guy in front of her, like the worst role model, and she's just loving it. But Gundam's great.
I forgot the name of the next mono thing, but all I know, I want to put it in D because I hate mono.
Yeah,
honestly,
fuck Monami.
get rid of her.
I hate Monami so much. I can't even tell you. Like I've seen
like
so many
her
people
whole
be
posture
like,
already says it. Like you know we're gonna put you in D.
Can Shirakuma just be like? Can they just replace Monami with Shirakuma?
Yeah, Shirokuma was a better Monami in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like Monami was really, really annoying. Like from the very first moment.
I mean, she did try to save everyone, but ugh.
Yeah, but
yeah,
also
but
Chiaki exists.
Shirakuma tried to do the same, but better.
Yeah. Also, Shirokuma's technically Junko.
Yeah.
Monami, I don't know where they got her from. She was meant to be like an.
She is, I think, if I was correct, she's just part of the program that was used to like get them all back to becoming normal.
Yeah, her and Chiaki.
And she was supposed to be Monokuma, but in a good way, till Monokuma went into the system and destroyed her.
But the reason we like Monokuma is because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like sometimes he's angry. Most of the time he plays dumb, and then he's like, "Oh, you silly guys! I wouldn't do that."
That's why he's black and white.
I think the next one, his name was Fubiki.
Yeah, Baby Gangster. Why are we putting Baby?
Okay, I'm saying this guy for me,
right?
He's ultimate.
I think most would agree with you. I really like him.
I love everything about him.
I'd say S for sure.
You would say S
for sure.
No, come on, ultimate. You're gonna
really?
Okay,
tell me why you think ultimate.
Okay, first it started off with him being this complete gangster, next head of a Yakuza. And like he always in the game, he doesn't care who is he talking to, he's fucking swearing at them. I just loved his bluntness, and then when you go deeper into his character, you realize him and I think Peko was her name.
Yeah, Peko, that's right.
Yeah, and you realize he not only has a love, but he was trying to get Peko as much as possible to be like, you're not a tool. you are a person I like. So he was showing care.
Right.
Till you reach like the point where I think like one of them had to die. And I think he kind of switched, which was from like you being this complete badass to like he's sobbing. He's just sobbing his life out.
Because the thing was Fuyuko, he'd rather have Peko die like as a human than like as like thinking that she's a tool. Which
that's what I really loved about him.
I kind of forgot about that.
You're like this hard nut, but you have these feelings for that one person. You're staying true to it, but at the same time, you're not taking shit.
Then him committing seppuku after that trial, like attempting to kill himself, like by saying sorry to Saionji for framing her. Like that was like immense respect because he was still recovering from the execution, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna slit my stomach as an apology."
For me, he's one of the characters that gets the most development in the game. So
yeah. Okay, put him in this. I forgot about that part.
Ultimate.
I don't know because I'm in Ultimate. I want to put Nagato, and I don't know if he's Nagato level.
I mean, like, but
put him at the top
thing.
Of
Nagito is literally the villain in the story.
He's not a villain.
Oh, I swear, I think he's one.
We'll talk about this. He's not a villain.
I can't wait to get to Nagato. Okay, next one. Kyoko.
Kyoko, man.
Kyoko.
Okay.
With a H, Mahad. With a H.
Kyoko. It's fine. I'm bad at names too.
I don't know.
I always get semi-confident and then say something wrong.
4 years ago or 5.
It's okay. I don't hate her. I don't love her.
Same, really.
I don't hate her till she dies. No, actually, I hate her till she dies.
That's it.
I think her character's great. Her character, like, she's one of the characters that definitely like changes, or, like develops.
Honestly, the only time I liked her was when she was with the red hair girl. That's the only time I liked her. Other than that, no. I was hoping she dies.
I don't think she's dead.
Her death really, Mahiro's death really affected her. Like, that was the reason why she died.
As a character, what are we talking about? Like from sort of like character perspective?
Everything, really.
Okay, everything for her, I wouldn't put her less than B, in my opinion.
I'm fine with B.
I think she's B tier worth still. Because it takes some sort of character to actually annoy you.
If you want to be, because
what were you gonna say?
The thing is, I'm now like, But you know most.
You don't love her, do you?
Yeah, I don't. Most of them are characters, and 2 for me are like,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 2.
Well, yeah.
2's actually one of my least favorite casts. The thing is, everyone loves 2. I love V3.
Because you played 2 last.
Hates it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And for me, I only like V. I like V2 and V3 the most. See those 2.
Anyway, moving on. Ibuki goes in S. Or Ultimate. Either one. Actually, no. Put her in Ultimate, please.
S.
The thing is, for a mover,
I don't think she's
I'm just saying something, and it's not a bad thing. I wish she had more. I wish she had more time. She was actually.
No, come on. Is she really Ultimate? And you put my boy Fubiki in like S?
Oh, I thought we put him in Ultimate.
Oh, did we not?
Oh no, you wanted Nagito. You wanted Nagito there. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can put Ibuki in S. That's okay. But like, she's probably my favorite character in 2.
I wish.
Like other than Chiaki.
I wish she had more.
Other than Chiaki, she's my favorite.
The thing is, like, she was in 3. She was one of the when I watched the anime. She was actually one of the characters I really love. But the thing
she was the one I was the most excited to see.
Yeah, the thing is that made me sad is that I feel like in 2 she should have had more time.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I don't like some of the remaining characters. I'm now like, because I think I would prefer Ibuki.
The whole thing around her death was really sad, because like this is after Fuyiko like recovered, and she was like, I'm gonna throw a party, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna like, dance for everyone, and she does it, and then I forget what the reason was. Oh, Nekomaru, I think, wasn't it?
Wait, do you mean like how she died, or?
No. Why did everyone leave the party? I forget. It was either because of Nekomaru and Akane fighting, or Nagito getting sick again. It was one of the two. But either way, everyone left, and like you clearly saw, like from all of her interactions afterwards, she was very much upset that everyone had to leave early and she didn't get to perform. And that's what made it so easy for Mikan to like go and tell her to kill herself. I think that's the thing that like that was like fucked up the most, because like her being strangled to death by Mikan.
Yeah,
wait, was she strangled to death? Because I think she committed suicide.
No, that's what Mikan made it to look like. She made it look like
she got me with that one.
Because
Mikan strangled her.
Well, I'll probably say this more when I go to Mikan. Trial 3 and that game is one of the ones I hate the most, and with a passion.
Nah, I love that trial.
Where would you put Soda? Because personally for me, it's like, eh.
I like Soda.
What about you?
My man tried everything. He hustled and still get his girl.
But I don't like Sonya either, so that's the thing.
You don't like Sonya?
Nope.
Oh, interesting.
So obvious. What's her name?
Sonya.
Sonya. Yeah. Or like never mind was something at the end.
Yeah, that's
her surname.
That's her name.
I think Soda is a good character.
Where would you put him?
A good character. There's really not much to say. Other than
he's like the less version of Ibuki.
Who?
Like, I don't know, what's her name? Ibuki, right?
Ibuki. What do you mean?
Yeah, like how she's always like, yeah, rock and roll, and then you have this guy who's doing it, and you're like, nah.
But the difference between Ibuki, like we didn't go into her backstory, but like she does that because she just doesn't care about anything. Like she's like, if you don't like how I am, like deal with it. Soda does it as like a coping mechanism. Like he dyed his hair and everything, like so he would look more tough. Like he did this on purpose. That's just who Ibuki is.
Maybe if I did more events, I probably would like him more. But
Also, just quick tangent. Yes or no? Ibuki is just a Maya, and I love it.
Okay, let me think. About the don't care, I definitely agree.
That's what I mean. Like
I definitely agree. Like,
it depends if she would be.
Definitely.
It depends if she would be affected by that.
What?
It depends if she would be offended by that.
No, I think she would appreciate it. But no, I say that in like the best way possible. Like just her energy is amazing.
No, I agree with you. It's just like, it's likely.
But yeah, Soda, B or C, either one, I don't mind. I don't have strong
for a good cause, because he was good. I'll give him a C. He survived long enough.
Yeah, he survived them. Way too. He just died really early, in my opinion.
Next one,
I think. Wait, for Soda, I think it's cool. Just to add, I think it's cool that he built Big Bang Monokuma. I think that's pretty cool.
Wait, he actually built that?
Yeah, because at the beginning of 3, you see him working on a giant Monokuma. Like when he's in despair, like at the beginning, you see him working on it. So he made the final boss of Ultra Despair Girls.
Oh my god, that's actually so interesting.
I think that's cool. Just bringing that up. It doesn't do much for his character, but I think that's cool.
I gotta admit, that's cool.
It just proves at least he's not dumb. At least he has something going.
He's a mechanic. Hope he's not dumb. My hero.
Yeah.
I like
for the next. I think we have a lot to talk about her, because she's somehow she's connected.
Hero, really?
She's connected to Fuyuki in a sense in part 3, and that's a lot I need to ask.
Go on.
Okay, first, it was her best friend who killed his sister, right?
Yeah.
100%. Okay, and then
Yeah.
he wanted to kill her,
that's
right?
what Monokuma based the whole game off. The
What do you mean
Twilight
he
murder
based-
game. Like the game that was the motive for Trial 2. That he made everyone play.
Wasn't
I
it
only watched
only
the playthrough.
wasn't it only Chiaki
There is
and
no playthrough.
Hajime that finished it?
Yeah, Chiaki, Hajime, Nagito,
Oh yeah,
and
Naito.
Mahiru. Mahiru and Furihiko. They all finished it.
And then Fuyuki recognized everything, and then that's where
Well,
start
no, because
happening, right?
the prize for that was pictures of like the murder, and they linked up perfectly. So he put it together, and he was like, okay, so in the memories that I lost, she was related to his sister's death.
Do you want an interesting fact that's like a tangent, but it's interesting?
Go on.
In the actual, you know how they have CGs in visual novels that show art.
Yeah.
What's the name? Kanade? The one in V3.
Yeah.
It's the same model that's in that game. It's the same design as Kanade in V3.
I don't know who that is.
Well,
I only heard Kanade and then the same design. From who?
in Twilight Syndrome Murder, there's an art bit with one of the girls that had died by a piano. I think
Is it the one with black hair?
No, it's the one with
no, Kaede. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that Kaede. It's she has like
It's
white.
The one with white hair.
Yeah,
I thought that
white
was
blonde
just
hair.
Fuyuka's sister that you see in 3.
Yeah.
Just saying, it's the same model as Kanade.
Okay, I see.
I don't know if they're related. I don't think they are. I think it's just a coincidence.
It's crazy models. But yeah, from her, so I just found it very interesting that they were kind of connected to my best boy.
She's interesting.
I like her because she's a photographer. Because
that's awesome.
I did really like her. I remember I tried to.
She was a very character.
Free events.
And she was always nice to our little Kyoko, like that.
Little bitch.
I mean, I think you remember like when it shows like I think it was like some flashbacks in the game. It was like her, Kyoko, Ibuki.
Yeah.
They were like in a group, and then I think Mikan might have been in there too.
Yeah, Mikan as well.
So they were like their own group.
I think Mahiru's cool.
Well,
yeah, I give her a solid.
Just average.
I give a solid B.
Yeah, solid B.
Yeah.
The next 2 are an S, right?
Oh no! Second place we can talk about. First one, I agree.
No.
She's SOA.
Either S. Actually, no. Both of them ultimate. I'd say.
No. Give me one sec.
To me, one is
definitely
not S ultimate.
For me, Mikan was ruined in her trial. I hated her trial.
Why?
Okay.
Explain this to me. I don't get why you hate that trial so much.
I hate it because it's there like,
Can we do a bit of a review of the trial?
It's despair disease. She didn't even do it on her own accord. Like,
I think that's cool though.
I don't like it.
Kind of fits.
Because it's like you see, okay, the whole thing is like a simulation. It's a game. So yeah, if someone wanted to introduce a disease, it's just as simple as writing a few lines of code, and it makes sense.
Just the problem.
So in retrospect, looking at that disease is fine. Also, I think it's fitting because later on we see Mikan's the first one to like fall into despair. So it shows like, okay, her mind, she's easily vulnerable anyway.
The thing is,
she's gonna be like that.
The thing is, like, if it weren't for that trial, I would put her in ultimate because that trial ruined kind of. It just
really. So at least we all agree before the trial, we liked her, even with her clumsy scenes.
Yeah, Mikan was actually one of them.
Because it's a really sad character.
Mikan was actually one of the characters I was the most excited for playing too.
Right.
Wait, what brought that? Why?
Because I really liked.
Well, she saw 3 first. Remember?
I should the anime first, so I really liked her in the Dangan Ronpa 3 anime, so I was really excited.
I think she's great in that anime. Like, she's the perfect like first person to be in despair.
Cause and then like she was my favorite, and I just remember what kind of upset me is like having like usually what I like is like when the murderers have their motive, and I feel like that disease kind of just didn't give her a motive, and it kind of bugs me.
But why would the disease give her motive?
No, but
because
like
the disease gave her all of her memories back. She remembered everything that happened in Dangan Ronpa 3.
I forgot what the disease actually caused. He said
she would know
disease.
that she would know that she's been captured somewhere by, I think it was by Seiko that she was captured, right?
It just wasn't the character for me.
So she just remembers. But that's the thing. You gotta remember that is her character in 3. The one that you see during that like disease, that's just her character at the end of 3. So I don't think it's out of character at all. And I think it's actually great because it shows like the level of despair that it was for her. To where like, okay, this doesn't matter. She probably figured it out. Like, okay, none of this matters anyway. She's into despair. So she's like, all right, I'm going to commit a murder so I can go back to the outside world and do shit. So she had a motive. She wanted to cause more despair outside.
I
don't know.
I think I know what you're trying to say. Like it does kind of make sense.
It does.
Like, yeah, no, I get what you mean.
It does make sense, but like for me, it just was kind of like because like when I look at everyone else that I like that has committed a like murder, usually their motive is one of the reasons why I really like them. So for the next one, well, I'll put her in Ultimate anyway. But for the next one, like Nagito,
well, no, if you don't,
we gotta have a lot of talk with this guy. This man is the main villain in the story, in my opinion.
Brit, if you don't agree with that, put her in S.
No. Because do you think you make sense, Mo?
Because that's the thing. What she says makes sense, so I think put her in S.
You sure?
No, I think what you say makes sense.
Because I see both sides of it, but like I agree, like it's not perfect. So I'd say put her in S. That's fine.
Okay. Well, originally, what's in S is like what would be like S tier.
Yeah.
That A was
Ultimate is just exceptions.
Yeah.
Ultimate is exceptions.
Yeah. Okay, Nagito.
I'm gonna move him.
As I said, main villain in my opinion.
Let's try and be short on him because I think we all love him.
No, I hate him.
What?
Like when I was looking through that playthrough, and he sometimes he's the nice guy that I just like, okay, thank you for helping. And the other time he just turns out to be an ass and going against me in the trial. So I was watching YouTube videos at that time.
That's the point.
Then I was also like, why are you doing this? Are you an ally or an enemy?
Would you say you hate Koichi as well then? Because I would say Koichi is kind of similar in a sense.
I mean, I do agree Koichi is similar, but Koichi was more like a little evil being. So I like that about him. Once you play V3 a bit more, Koichi is at least okay. But Nagito, he was just plain out confusing to me.
No, because it makes sense.
I can explain that in a sec.
Do you want to explain it then, Brett?
So basically, Nagito, it relates to kind of like an actual brain disorder. But what Nagito is, he in his mind is that by creating the most despair will create the most hope. So a lot of the things he does is because he believes if he does this action, then this will create the most hope. And one of the reasons why I love Nagito is that he was made to kind of, if you actually, I think if his name actually means I am Naegida. If you actually, if it's like,
oh, that's cool.
And basically, he was basically made to be like a more darker Makoto. What I also love is they're both the lucky student, but yet, if you look at a lot of his backstory, a lot of like horrific things he's that's happened to him, he's always seen hope kind of with it. So like for example,
right after it.
Yeah, so for example, he got admitted into Hope's Peak. That's like good hope. But then obviously the island killing game happened.
Junko.
Yeah. And I think I remember he got kidnapped. Like in his backstory, he got kidnapped, and then like
he got kidnapped by a murderer.
Yeah, and didn't he like find like a load of money in the bag he got kidnapped in or something?
No, what happened? He got kidnapped by a murderer, and then his parents died on the plane crash, but he got all of their inheritance.
Yeah, that's it.
So
that's really good.
Basically, he thinks there's a balance between like despair and hope. So he thinks like the more despair, the more hope. And since he's obsessed with hope, that's the best way to get hope.
Okay, that's but then when he's like,
that's why. Go on.
Yeah, but then you see him like going crazy about despair the whole time, and there's this scene of him having like Junko's hand in his hand, kind of.
Well, no, because at the end of one, he severed Junko's hand, put it onto his hand because he thought if he had Junko's hand with him, he'll like attract more despair.
Both sides. He has like despair on the left, hope on the right.
So it's so that he can attract more despair, so there'll be more hope. Basically, he has an obsession with hope, like to the point, like Britt said, it's a mental. The more despair, the more hope. Basically, since he wants hope, he'll get as much despair as he wants.
No, and
it's an endless cycle. It's an endless cycle for him. That's why he looks up to like Makoto, for example. And that's why he said like he's the one, like, he loves Junko the most and he hates Junko the most.
He's actually a major role of Ultra Despair Girls as well. Should we quickly say something about that?
Go for it.
What making milkshakes? This man. I'm not kidding. This man can't make a milkshake.
He can't make a milkshake?
No. He put what was it? He put duck fat inside it.
I can't remember, but Monica threw it at him.
Yeah, he put duck fat, and Monica's like, "Oh no, now you have to drink it." And he's like, this is the way he talks in that game. It's so like unsettling. He's like, "Well, I guess I'll do it. If it's in the name of hope, I guess I'll have to drink this."
In the name of
so fucked.
Exactly.
I also love
name of hope. Get rid of hope.
I also love.
And then like the last chapter, I can't take him serious. Like where like what's his name? Daimon has like written all over his face in like Sharpie, and he shows up to stop Komaru and Toko, and he's just got like cats on his face. He's like, despair will always win. I can't take you seriously, bro.
I can't, but it's so funny. But what I also love is in that is just another idea of his ideology, because
yeah, there you go.
He is working with Monica. He is working with Monica, but he's also working with Toko. Because he's trying to create Komaru to be like Makoto, to be like Hope.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. In that game, he's the opposite of Monica.
Yeah, he is.
So where Monica believes like, okay, in order to get the most despair, you need to get like even more hope. Nagito thinks the opposite. Yet they work together. Yeah, because Nagito wants to breed despair rather than hope. And Monica was the one that wanted to make Nagi like that.
Yeah, she wanted to make but she wanted to be like Monica wanted to basically be Junko. And the thing is,
and then Nagito made her too much like Junko, and she was like, "Nah, I don't like this."
Because basically, what she did in the end is, the reason she did that is because, by trying to make Komaru become despair, that would
beacon of hope.
That would actually more match what Junko would do. by taking the sister of the ultimate hope and making her the ultimate despair. Anyway.
No, I think Nagis was one of the best representations of like the whole series. I'd say him and then Toko and Genocide. Probably the best representations of that.
Should we move on to the next one?
Genocide?
Yeah. Genocide Jack.
Or Jill, or Show, whichever.
Take your pick.
I'm just confused who that right now is.
Toko's alternate personality. The killer.
I would put Toko in ultimate with her, but
Nekomaru, right?
No, I really like Nekomaru, but you don't.
Looking at our ST and ultimate, he's not getting in there.
No, I would put him in A or B.
I'll say A because he is motivational.
I also think he feels too, I don't know, like there's nothing great about him. Like the best thing about him is his dynamic with Akane.
I think also he has Neko in the name, so that might be a thing of why.
That's probably a reason, bro. You have cat bias.
Nah, I would put him in A as well, just for being
really?
Neko.
Yay!
Okay, go for it, I guess.
Which, as you say, he has a good dynamic with Akane, and dynamic takes two.
I will say, one thing that does redeem him, he has the same voice actor as Frankie in the One Piece dub, so I love that.
Did not know that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, of course, you give, like, the same voice as the One Piece cyborg.
Okay.
Of course you do.
Definitely, you got to.
Where would you put Pekka?
Right next to Fubuki, because that's the only place she belongs.
Why? I'm interested. I don't love her. Like,
that's
she's okay.
The thing, I just do.
Is it just
I knew when I looked at the whole cast, I was like, you're the girl my heart went to, and I didn't do anything. But she's a bloody samurai.
I just didn't like how out of character the whole, like, I'm a serial killer thing was. I didn't like how out of character that was.
Think about everything I've said about how Fubuki was to her, like, don't be a tool, and flip it with her being a tool.
Yeah, but that's only because of Fuyuhiko.
Yeah, but I agree.
The fact that she was just thinking out, I'm going to do what he says. That's what I'm here for. I'm a tool. As much as I don't like the mindset, it kind of suits her.
The whole thing with her wearing a mask of a serial killer, I didn't like that part because it just didn't feel right.
It was her trying to...
Like, she was trying too hard.
She was trying to protect Furihiko. And probably, I agree with Mahmud. I more like her because of the development she gave Furihiko. So I don't know how to act.
So I wouldn't put her that high. I'll go B.
I'll go A because I don't think it's a...
I'll go A then if at least I get something.
Alright, go for it then.
I still think
you won't be together, not even in this tier list.
Ultimate.
Huh?
I still think Ultimate Imposter is ultimate.
I don't get how, bro.
Wait, what?
I don't get it. She thinks that the imposter should go in ultimate.
Who's the imposter?
No, the guy who is the imposter.
Oh.
Fake Byakuya.
Oh, fake Byakuya.
I fucking love it.
I mean, he did make us think for a while, just saying. At least I thought that. He's Byakuya, and he's just fat.
I love him.
I thought they just brought the character back. He became fat. I've no clue why. Just go along with it.
That was a cool shock.
I also love it free how he has like such round, blush cheeks. So adorable.
I love his actual face.
Yeah,
this is not what you'd expect.
Like
he has this luscious hair.
Oh man, he definitely has imposter syndrome.
This one you can put where.
You think?
The next one you can put wherever.
Never mind. Sophia, never mind.
Because I don't really like her that much.
It's Sonia, right? Sonia, not
Sonia. Sonia.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put her necessarily in D tier.
No, she's not D tier. No. I just don't really like her that much. But I know.
Well, next
B
level.
or C.
I know.
I say C.
like
I don't think she was that great compared to the other characters.
You don't?
No.
Mahmud really likes her, so
She was happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, but she's not as bad as everyone who's in C.
I disagree.
What? Why?
It's just like I didn't like her that much, honestly. It's just like
she was really interesting though. Did you go into her like character like during free time or no?
Go into her character.
Did you like talk to her a lot or no?
Oh no, remember I watched the playthrough.
Oh, you watched it, but no. I think her entire character is great because like I told this another time. Like surface level, it's like okay, she's a model. She's like a perfect like princess that like Soda sees her at. And like I think Soda's perspective of Sonya is like everyone else's perspective. So it's like you see that okay, she's obsessed with the occult, she's obsessed with serial killers, and that's just kind of weird in that case. Like all of her research is on K dramas and J dramas as well. She's obsessed with that. And just Japanese culture in general.
Sounds like my life.
So just seeing that from a princess's perspective and like how much she enjoys like Gundam's mannerisms. Like you wouldn't expect any of that from her. Like she's the most like not princess person, yet even in some of the way that she speaks, she still has that like authority to her. I just think it's a very cool contrast with like her design and then her personality.
I can't say anything to that because I clearly ignored her.
Oh yeah.
Where would you put her? Because the thing is, the reason why
I want to see for me.
I think just B.
Because the thing is just in that game in 2, there was people I just wanted to talk to more. So I think that's
fair.
I'm gonna go.
That's fair. If you guys really think C, go for it.
I will go B because with C we put like Tanaka originally in C because I couldn't remember fuck all about him. And
yeah, man, this guy I would have put him higher.
Well, that's the thing. I don't
the bro duo, the bromance, this whole discipline that he had going.
But it mostly came from Mondo. Which is an A already. Okay, how about this? Let's put their fusion in B. Since we put Taka at C and Mondo at A.
Yeah, sure.
I think that's
that's what this guy is.
Yeah.
I totally forgot they had the fusion.
This bastard.
No, the thing is, I really do not like Taro. But there's 2 things.
I don't love him.
He was perverted. That's what it was.
There's 2 things that keeps him out of D tier. First, he's voiced by Todd Happencorn, so that automatically gets him out of D tier. And also his backstory. Todd is the one that is best known for voicing Natsu from Fairy Tail.
Oh, that's probably struck a nerve with you then.
So that gets him out of D tier, and also his backstory, because that backstory of why
that was kind of sweet.
Can someone refresh me a bit?
And also, I don't think he's I like him young level of actually. Yeah, no, I think he's saved and he's going to see.
No, he said shit about he said shit about Hyoko. Put him in D.
No, I believe he's in C. His cooking, his jokes were there. Even if he's a pervert, we needed this guy.
Did we though? He died.
My opinion would have been a bit. Actually, once he died, it became a bit boring when it comes to food, and it gave it a bit of a serious type.
I really, really like the first trial in Dangan Ronpa 2.
Yeah,
partly because of because of it's so like out of left field compared to everything in 1. And I think the fact that like he was the murderer was one of the things that tipped it off.
Wait for the V3 trial. Wait for the first V3.
Wait, he was. Wait, who did he kill? I thought he got killed.
He killed Fat Byakuya.
Oh yeah, it was the other way around.
But he did it so that he could protect everyone from Nagito, and also so that he could go home, because like his mom was sick and they have a restaurant and he was gonna look after it.
Yeah, that's what gets him out of D.
he didn't know that his memories were like gone, so he wanted to know what happened to his mother. So I think.
So wait,
that
was it like
alone,
if you kill someone, you're gonna get out?
Yeah, basically.
Well,
No. The motive was that Monokuma would return your memories. So he wanted to know what happened to his mother.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. But he's still like disgusting.
yeah, his voice actor and that backstory
Also,
saved him.
It's implied that he's bisexual as well, right?
Is it?
Since when?
Yeah.
I only heard this man do like.
So. This might be just
pervert
but
jokes.
there's a lot of moments where like for example, the first one I remember is I think he asks one of the girls like if they want him to put like lotion on their back, and then Nekomaru's like no, but like you can help me with it, and he's like he says something along the lines of like I'm always willing to try something new. Like something along the lines of that. I don't
maybe
remember.
it's just him
but
being
there's a lot
funny.
Sorry,
there's a lot of things after that as well.
That just reminds me of a scene from Persona 4, and I need to show you it.
Also, I think Ibuki's a lesbian. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, it's Ibuki.
Pretty sure.
They wouldn't want them. They wouldn't want them.
Pretty sure she is.
Guess who she would go for?
I could be completely wrong, but that's what I remember.
After we've streamed, I'll show you that clip because I need to show you it. It's so funny.
V3 teacher.
No, we're at Dangan Ronpa 3 anime despair. This
her. Sorry.
This is all future arc, and the only one I kind of like here is the teacher and the girl with a mask. So everything is up to kind of more you guys. So where do you want to put teacher?
Chisa is great.
I loved what happened to her. From like,
I think her
I
and
love how
Chiaki
she
really
died.
carried. Her and Chiaki carried that.
Okay, I don't know.
The A. B.
I think A at least.
I wanted to also say A, yeah.
Like she's a really, really good character.
Like,
so where like she like brought everyone in like class 7-7 like together.
Wait, do you guys remember that scene? Like I think it was like her. She's on a swing. The guy in the white came to her and said, "What happened?" There, like some kids were like, I think they were dead.
What?
I can't.
Oh, I remember something like that.
Yeah, and then she killed them or something like that.
Yeah.
She was cool. I love that scene for how crazy it was.
There were some kids in the playground like dead, and she was swinging, and then Monokata came to her and she's like, "What happened?" She's like, "Oh, they died," but like under her body, when like she finds it, it's a picture. Yeah, there's a picture, and she says like, "I killed them." Like that's how Monokata finds out in the game that she was on despair side. So I think the whole thing of like her instigating, she was the instigator for the entire killing game, right?
Yeah, I think like the whole suicide from all these kids jumping off the.
Yeah, she gave the Future Foundation founder the USB with both of the brainwashing videos. So like she was the one on the inside of Future Foundation for like all that time. So I think she's great.
When she was hope to when she was despair.
Oh yeah, both of them are great. Farmer guy, put him in D. Nothing good about him.
No,
I have no idea who this guy is.
He tried to stop fighting and then died, so he's at least the same.
He tried to stop it because his condition was that he can't see violence.
Fine, he's in D.
What happened to this guy? Who is he?
A lot of these are gonna be D now.
He's the ultimate farmer. But he died immediately.
The
Great Gozu. I like this guy.
Where are we putting Horseman?
The Great Gozu. He's like a C, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree.
He's not great, but like him motivating Makoto, I think that was kind of sweet.
Next guy, okay, fucking dick.
Let's go into him. He's gay.
I love him.
D.
He's gay. It was such a reveal for me. I was like, oh my god. He had feelings for white boy.
The one thing I will say, I'm kind of pissed that he's the reason that everything happened.
Yes,
But,
I was really,
all
I
he
really
had,
hated
all
that
he
as
had to
well.
do was tell Monokata that Junko was guilty.
He's
He's like, no, feelings.
D.
I'd say C. No, I like him.
No, I
His
say
redemption
C
throughout the
for
entire
like the
feature
impact
arc
he
was cool.
brought.
Ugh.
Yeah, because like he tried to stop the killing game. Like he stopped the killing game.
How could he not beat
That
up
was
Junko?
him. What?
He couldn't beat her. I think there was like a fight scene between them
Well,
two.
no, because he was surrounded by people from the reserve course who were all brainwashed by Junko. Also,
But-
Junko's like, she has like hand-to-hand combat shit because of her sister.
Yeah, man, I thought this was something I heard about her. Junko, why are you so perfect?
Her soldier sister. That's why.
The old man who was responsible for all the killing. And
Yay!
D. I don't like what they did with him. I really hate it. I hate that he was
I
the
also
one who caused
remember like, it was
everything.
bad.
I hate that he kind of fell into despair because of the video that Chisa gave him. And there was I went on about this with Britt. Like the whole reason for him doing the game to motivate Ryoto was really dumb. Like he didn't have to do any of this. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
That's Bukowski.
I don't love it.
I forgot who that guy is.
I forgot how to spell trash bin.
Wow.
You could have should have like recycled bin, right click delete.
I forget what this guy's name is, but I really liked him.
He has a cool hat, so he's saved from trash bin.
He's the guy who recruits.
He
people
died
to
in
Hope
style.
Speak. Yeah, he recruits people to Hope Speak, and he's also he was Jin's best friend.
Oh, he's alright. I like him.
Yeah,
Where
he
do you
was
want
the guy. He promised Kyoko's dad that he'd take care of her, like if something happened. To the point where like his action was not to open his right or left hand, but like he opened it in order to save Kyoko's life. Like I think he was cool.
So wait, what did he mean if it opened like if he has both
opens
hands up?
the condition for him dying in the killing game on the wristband. He wasn't allowed to open one of his hands. So he's kept it closed the entire game, but like when Kyoko was about to like die, he opened it to save her.
And then died. Oh god.
So where would you put him?
I put him in
Heroic
B.
that gives you a B.
Yeah. He protects Kyoko, so that's enough.
Next is trash bin. Trash.
He
Monica-
got, like,
no.
for how hyped
No.
he was?
Trash bin.
No way.
Monokata's an A.
Trash.
He's useless.
bin.
What? Why?
Trash.
They told us
Absolutely
this
not.
man is so amazing. He can do this and that, and
Yeah.
he couldn't do shit.
And no, this guy's like the Terminator. To be honest, this guy was wild. Why
He's
don't
a
you like him?
rip-off of my
I'm curious.
favorite guy from Tokyo Ghoul. Trash.
I haven't seen that. So I won't carry that
You
opinion.
don't judge based on other
No.
series.
He's actually great.
Trash.
I think he's amazing.
I hate him. Trash.
No, Britt, I genuinely like this
I
character.
was just hoping more from him, and I didn't get that more.
Trash.
I think what they did with his character is great.
So where
The
would
whole thing where it was like his idea of hope being that you have to eliminate all despair, otherwise it doesn't work. And then against Makoto, where like no, hope is overcoming despair. I think that whole thing that was followed within Dangan Ronpa
Survived,
3 was
didn't he?
great.
Trash.
Yeah, he survived, but like
Okay.
this is after everyone around him died. Like Chisa died because she was on despair. He cast Juzo to the side because he didn't trust him. Yes, it was Juzo's fault, but Monokata also didn't. Like the moment Tengen told him that like everyone's a traitor, like he lost it and he like threw him to the side. He was like, no, I don't care about you. I think he's a really good character. And to where like at the end where like he's like we all have our own things to carry, it's implied like okay, Makoto has to like carry like the burden of hope. Hajime has to carry the burden of despair because of like what they did. And Monokata has to carry the memory of like all of his dead friends. I think that was cool.
You know what? The
And
fact that he survived
and that
drops
thing
him
that
one
added-
tier.
The thing that added to that was the fact that like okay, Chisa died, but Kyoko survived. even though like they both bonded over like the fact they lost someone that they love. So that's just more proof of like Makoto's hope coming up on top of it, and like he has to live with the fact that his shit was wrong. I think he's a great character.
So where would you put him?
At least a B if you guys are gonna say trash.
I mean, he survived. That's a drop. That's one drop.
I'm really surprised you don't like him, bro.
Trash!
Even after that,
I mean,
you
she's
don't like
judging.
him at all.
She's judging him for external
Did I
reasons.
not? Did I not
Not
rate your
just that,
opinion
I
of
just
it a little
really hated him in the anime. I wanted to.
bit? No, I like him. I like him.
Where are we putting
Okay,
that
this
girl?
girl,
Monica.
this girl, I don't remember too much, but she seems lovely.
Well, no, she didn't. That's the thing. She didn't do any. She's the ultimate therapist, I think.
Ain't she Monica?
Yeah, Monica disguised her. Monica killed her and then made a robot based off her.
Wait, who killed her?
Monica, the green-haired girl, the tiny one.
In S?
Did you?
Yeah.
The one that's an S.
Oh, okay.
She killed her and made a robot of her to infiltrate the game. I'd put her in trash just because we don't know anything about her.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Oh, I would actually put her in C and save her.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
put her in C. But like we genuinely know. Actually, no. She helped Chihiro and the ultimate like something else to make the Neo World program.
The next one,
Oh,
I
the
think.
Neo
The
World program.
ultimate
I love the
neurologist.
names.
That's what it was.
I think the next one belongs in the trash.
Yeah, she's a fucking terrible human being.
Yep.
What did she do?
She killed her boyfriend, and she killed her best friend. Or she tried to kill her best friend. And she tried to kill Kyoko, so that's immediate, like, fuck you.
Where we put in cute animator boy?
I'll put him in. I want to say trash tier,
I'd
or
say
more
A.
like you fucking caused everything
No,
tier.
I wouldn't put
No, I don't
A.
think so. Because it wasn't completely his fault. He's literally manipulated by Junko.
Exactly. He got manipulated to his
Mahad,
talent.
Who doesn't get manipulated by Junko?
I mean, that's the thing. She
Come
always
on.
has something bad going on.
Exactly, that's the thing. Junko was able to take this person who wanted
But
to
wasn't
make
it-
anime for hope.
Wasn't it like
completely
she
crushed it.
recognized his talent through his, I think it was, he does art or something,
Yeah, animator.
and through his animation he created this animation that makes, if you look into it, you get despair, you want to kill yourself, and that led to the suicides into Peak Academy.
Was the one that told him to make that. He did it he did one that like tugged on your emotions when watching the anime to make you like cry.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, I used like subliminal messaging and stuff." And like, Junko was like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna use this for despair."
Yeah, and then he did it, and then people saw the animation.
She threatened like killing the whole class if he didn't do it.
Bro, you should have just hide.
Trying to hide from Junko is very hard. I would have put him in B.
I understand everything that goes around him, but I just feel like I hate you. I just hate you.
I think he was really cool in both future and despair. I think he got me.
We got Robo-Mo.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got. I'll put him in B.
Nekomuda.
Seiko.
Oh, I would have given a C at least.
Mahmoud's turning into a robot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
for a bit.
Oh, how about now?
Oh, you better now.
Oh, nice. I like that. It was a special effect. I completely intended it.
Where are we putting girl with a mask? Because that's all I got.
Seiko.
I'll give her a good C, because I did like her for slight bit that was shown about her, but that was just like what she was doing or what she was saying. Really,
she was a very nice character. Like you really felt for her.
Yeah,
with,
this pink-haired bitch.
She took advantage of her like completely.
Also, can we
to the point where like when she was
did
dying,
she like the guy or what was going on?
She's just a
she just wanted a friend, and then she abused her. I was like, no, you're gonna do everything
Oh, the special effect is back.
Still
No,
back.
still there.
Can we put redhead guy in the trash as well?
Up next to his dead girlfriend.
Yeah.
How about
Kill her
no?
back.
You're
You
back.
better.
We put redhead coat guy in. Oh, good. It doesn't cover anything. Nice.
What did you guys say? Where'd you put him?
We put red coat guy
We put
in.
the last guy near
In the trash bin.
his girl.
That's fine.
Yay, we've done.
Well, that's the thing. I don't. No, put him in C. He's not that bad.
No, I don't
Really?
like him. I don't like
He
him.
didn't do anything bad. He didn't do anything
but that's
bad.
just as bad. Because he didn't stop her.
Why?
He didn't do anything bad. That's just as bad.
Fine. Go for it. But yeah, otherwise I think it's fine.